You've been listening to Dinner at the Round Table podcast. Follow them at Dinner at the Round Table. Welcome to Dinner at the Round Table podcast with DJ John Tovar, Nelly Nell, Chris Ryder, your source to knowledge. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Dinner at the Round Table.
GG, I am DJ John Tovar, Nelly Nell, Chris Ryder. We all Dinner at the Round Table podcast, your source to knowledge. Tonight we got a special guest, a reoccurring guest actually. Nelly Nell, please.
You already know what it is, man. We got the Dueña in the house, our co-host, and we got our special guest, Taino Domingo, author of Vengeful, in the house. My man's the writer of the writers. You already know what it is, man. What up, bro? Turn that camera on. You scared?
Oh, man. Yeah, listen, with an intro like that, baby. You understand what I'm saying? If you ain't ready, you gonna be ready. Feel me? Yeah, man. Pleasure. Pleasure.
Controls, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all, once again, man, it's always a pleasure to be with y'all brothers. I just finished being introduced to La Dueña. You already know, much love. You know what I mean?
Hi.
Hopefully we can peacefully debate whatever we finna debate about today. You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully I won't need my boxing gloves.
Hopefully no Vaseline gets pulled out, no hair puts, no hair being put in ponytails, even though mine is right now.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it civil.
You get me riled up now.
Nah, I mean, you know, because I know you're gonna represent for the ladies, even though you know that's like that's a toss-up right there with this discussion. But yo, before we start though, real quick, I want to give a shout out to Chris Ryder. You know what I'm saying? Our brother. You know, Texas is going through some shit right now. Yeah. And sending all types of healing and wishes to him and his family, everybody affected in Texas. Also, I got to shout out my man Murph. He wanted me to give him a shout out before we started. So there you go. I'm done with the shout outs. Let's get nasty. Let's get into this.
Man?
You know what I'm saying?
Taino!
Prepare to be astonished.
Yeah, believe that.
For sure. But yeah, man, listen, man. Like, it's always glad to have you. I'm always glad to have you on the platform, bro. You're definitely my brother. You know what it is. Today's main topic is actually child support, which is a very, very big issue in our society. We're going to talk about the pros and cons, which which are mainly guys being deadbeat dads not paying their child support, and also the guys who are doing a good job, the baby moms being crazy in court and getting female preference right in the courts. So we're going to talk about all of that. But before we continue to talk about the main topic, I just want to touch up on my boy Taino here. You got any new stuff going on as far as like your books? Any more writing you're doing, or?
Yeah, right now, as we speak, I'm transforming it to a screenplay right now. So I'm getting the script together for that.
For Vengeful.
Visuals. Yeah, bring out the visuals. Because actually, it was supposed to be a movie, but I didn't know how to write a movie at the time. So like I said, the first time we had our first interview, it was a dream. You know, I actually was teaching HIV and AIDS, and the story came to me in a dream. And then since I read thousands of books and I knew the structure of writing a book, that's what I did. So I just wrote a book until I was fortunate enough to learn how to write a script. And so that's where we're going right now. And
yeah, man.
Just as of a couple months ago, I just started a podcast called Coastal Chronicles. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I already my first podcast was an interview with my brother named Luca Brasi. You know, he's a well-known individual out here in these streets. And first month, 1.3 thousand views. So
wow,
that's you know what I'm saying, for somebody just starting out and not really having too much of a machine behind it to publicize it. You know what I'm saying? I say, that did very well. So I'm looking for my next interview right now, due to COVID, the situation. I'm really, like I just finished saying to John prior to us starting this, like I'd rather it be us in the same room because it's a different feel. Don't get it wrong, like we do what we do, but you know how we get crazy. We start eating pizza and all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We got Bodega, the DJ getting crazy behind us. You know what I'm saying? It's just a different feel. You know what I mean? So I really don't want to have my interviews on a Zoom meeting. I'd rather it be personal.
Yeah, word, man, for
But
sure.
that's what I'm on right now.
Good. Yeah, man, that's what's up, man. Definitely Coastal Chronicles. That's what it's called, right?
Yes, sir.
Your podcast. I definitely dived into it. I looked into it when you first launched, and I love the way you interviewed, Luca Brosky. And yo, it's a dope format you got going on, bro. Most salute to you, as your brother and also as a communicator in broadcasting. I wish you the best of luck, man, for sure.
I appreciate you. You see, I uploaded our whole thing up there too, baby. You know that's on my page.
Yeah,
Anytime dinner at the Rod Table is right on my page, baby.
There you go, man.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? That's what's up, man. I ain't gonna share no revenue with you, but you know what I'm saying?
It's all good.
You know I gotta mess with you.
It's all good. Listen, bro. We are our own revenue, baby. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Anytime our face is on the screen, that's revenue enough.
There you go.
I mean, back in the days when I used to sing, right? I used to be a part of a group. So we did Showtime at the Apollo numerous times. And it was at that time that I realized that whenever somebody performs on TV, you have to be a part of Screen Actors Guild. And you actually get a check for every time that you're on TV. Right. So I say that to say this. If that's the case, whenever I'm on the screen, whether you give me bread or not, I'm gonna get bread.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
No,
so it doesn't even matter. But this is a love thing right here. So I don't have to get paid for this.
No doubt, man.
That's all that matters.
Appreciate the love.
Once you're passionate about something, it's like
listen
the revenue, the money, the amount of money, it doesn't really matter anymore.
It's gonna come regardless.
I'm glad you're talking about that because the dueña, she's been, she's been aspiring to be an actress for a long time.
Yeah,
and she actually got a gig going with Ulysses Terrero now. So that info that Taino gave you should definitely look into it and join the Actors Guild so you can.
That's fire.
Yeah,
congratulations. Congratulations.
Yeah, but definitely.
Yo, we got this long ass script he gave us just 2 days ago, right here. Oh my God.
Hey, that is.
I gotta remember all of this, and he it ain't no game.
Man, I look like 110 pages right there.
This is 10 pages. You got 3 days to memorize this.
There you go.
3 days.
I'm gonna give you an advice that was given to me one time.
Okay.
When I was doing a play. Read it 20 times.
Yep. I think already I'm all the way up to like 30 times right now. Like
shit.
Go to the bathroom.
You got it there. Don't do it too much though. Don't do it too much.
You don't want to burn your neurons.
Don't even do it too much. Believe me, 30 is good.
30 is good.
Now, whenever you go in for the read, then you could brush up on it. But believe me, it's already a part of you.
Yeah,
for sure, man.
Yeah. Right now I'm giving myself a break, talking to you guys, changing the vibe a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah. What's it about?
This one is about a couple. Basically, they're having an argument. The husband cheated on the wife, and the wife caught him, and they were married for 18 years. So basically, what he does, what Ulysses is doing right now with us is basically just trying out what works for us. So like some people are better with comedy, some people are better with something more serious or dramatic. So I think last week was a comedy that we were doing, and this week this is some serious shit, like some people grabbing each other, cutting people off in the middle of an argument. The timing has to be right. So he looks at all of that.
Yeah.
So how many people is it, or is it just you and another person?
No, right now it's like 20 of us.
And what character do you play?
Right now I'm playing the character. Her name is Rose.
And what's she's the one that's in the mix, or?
Yeah, she's the wife that caught the
Ooh.
husband.
Wow.
The husband cheated on her after 18 years, and she's all like, you know, I gave my love to you, I gave everything to you.
You got to get into it. Yeah.
So let me
I
ask
was
you
like,
this.
oh, okay, I'm good at that.
Okay, that's what I was
Who's
about to
getting
ask
interview
you.
here, man?
Oh,
You
my
and
bad,
Latoya.
bro. My bad, bro.
All
I'm
right,
messing with y'all.
Taino doing
My bad, bro. You know how I
that's
give
good.
it up,
No,
man.
that's good. You know why? Because you have experience in that. And I want you to guide her, man. You need to protect yourself as an entertainer. As an entertainer, you need to protect yourself. You need to know the tools. And Taino's trying to put you on. So ask her. Go ahead, do your thing, Taino.
Nah,
We'll
so
talk more about it later.
yeah, for sure. We could definitely do that off camera, you know what I mean?
All right. Yo, anyway, yeah. So definitely protect yourself, Doña, with what Taino was talking about. Make sure you get paid. I mean, later on when shit's going on, you get paid for each time you're on
Get the
TV.
paperwork ready, though. Get that
Yeah,
ready.
get your paperwork ready. Protect yourself, because if you don't do it at the beginning, can't really do anything about it until after. You know what I mean? So
First thing you need is a good manager. Once you get a good manager, then you go from there.
there
Right.
you go. What's up, kid? You want me to manage it? You know I'm the best. Oh man. Anyway, so
Nelly managed with my music.
yeah, for sure. But just to check it out. So let's get right into it. Child
Let's
support.
talk
Man.
about it, man. Come on.
Child support is a very big issue in our society. Often we see two sides of it, right? Either we see a father who's not really doing anything, who's not, helping out, the single mother at all. He has to be chased around by authorities. And then on the flip side, you see actually a real good dad who's trying to step up, but then his baby mother has issues that she's still probably in love with him or whatever the case is, and she's trying to make it hard for him to even get custody of the kid. You know what I mean, or joint custody in that sense. So there's two different sides of this of the spectrum. Let's start off with La Dueña, since you're a female. We're gonna give you the first shot, which probably Taino would agree with, because he already has an understanding that in the court system, family court system, female get preferences versus males, right? So let's talk about that first.
Could be. I mean, I don't know Taino's perspective on it as of yet, but I'll talk about, briefly about my situation. So my son is 17 now. He's gonna be 18, starting college soon.
God bless him.
And thank you. And the father basically, it was a physically and mentally abusive, toxic relationship. So I got myself out of the situation and moved. I think, he's from Brooklyn and I'm from Staten Island.
That says it all.
So he moved down to Florida. At the time, I was living in Florida then. And I just couldn't take it anymore. And I left, took my son by myself and moved back to Staten Island. I was like, well, you're not giving me anything. I could make good money in New York, working in hotels, doing something that I already know, and as a front desk manager. So basically, when I tried to seek child support, he basically dodges, the paperwork. And I tried, paying service. Who's those guys that serve the papers?
Sheriffs.
Yeah. So I paid and I did it again and again because they said they didn't find him or they can't find his address. So I didn't know his address. I even hired a lawyer, and this shit was starting to cost me a lot of money. So I was like, yo, like, am I even gonna get any of this money back? And then the lawyer brought something up to me that was very interesting and I thought was unfair. Because I make more money than him, because I'm working in Manhattan as a manager, I'm not gonna get a lot. I'll probably get like $20-$30 a month, if that. Like once we actually do go through the process, which we still haven't done. So eventually after 7 years, I think my son's like 14, 15 at this time, I just gave up. I was like, my son's fine. We got a roof over our head. We got food in our mouths, he's getting a good education. I think we moved to Jersey. I feel like they have a good education system over there. So I was just like, you know what? I don't have to call you. I don't have to hear nothing from you for years. And actually, I've been better off that way. So
I'm sorry to hear that.
I mean, yeah, it's cool. I feel like I mean, you know, you gotta take the situation and just, you know, because I've been through a lot, obviously, like not just this, a lot of whole bunch of other things, but I feel like that just made me stronger and more independent. And now it's like, if any guy wants to talk to me, it's like,
Exactly.
like you gotta you gotta bring it, my dude.
Yeah.
You wanna, you know what I'm saying, link up with me? Like, okay, but you know what I'm saying? You gotta bring it because I'm a different type of individual now because of what I've been through. So
You better have your things together, man, for sure. If you want to rock, rock it out with La Dueñas.
Listen, anybody named La Dueña, you already know it's not gonna be easy.
Tough name.
It's not as like I said with that name killer. You got that name. You got to live up to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And once again, life experiences is what, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah, man.
Now
it's unfortunate, but look how God works.
Yeah.
17 years old, going to college. You did the damn thing.
He wants to be an architect.
Word, man.
There's some air horns for straight A's, you know.
Yeah, that's some clap. Put some claps on for that, man.
Word, right?
Come on, man. Put some claps in there. There you go.
I know, man.
You gotta salute strength, bro. We live in a society right now that doesn't want women to be strong.
Word.
You understand what I'm saying? We live in a society where men feel intimidated by women that have a better position with them than them in life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pro women all day, man. You know, and whatever they decide to do, man. I'm just saying, hold steadfast on whatever you plan on doing. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be out here dolo without a man, and you get into that bag, do what you want to do. Talk greasy to a dude if you want to. If you want to be living an alternate lifestyle, do that too. As long as you can accept your truth and who you are and how you living, I'm with it, man.
That's it. I don't need a man. All I need is God. And he's giving me everything that I need. Now I'm in Florida. You know what I'm saying? We got a nice house.
Nice.
I disagree with that part.
A couple of businesses. Like, all right. I'm
Before you disagree with her, let me give her a clap.
Nah, that's gangster. That's gangster. I just don't agree with the you don't need a man because, you know, obviously
I'm not saying that
when God took my rib
comes across.
All right, cool.
I think what it is that I think what it is that
I gave you my rib, La Dueña, when you was born.
I'm not saying that I don't need a man. I'm just saying I'm no longer in a rush. Like there are some peers that I know that they look at me and, oh my God, La Dueña, how could you be like single? Like I just left a 3-year relationship. Like, what do you mean? You know, it's like, I'm not basically
rushing
like,
into something.
I need a man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Some people are kind of like, they feel like they can't be a woman or they feel like they can't function without having a significant other. It's like, no, why don't you just take your time and wait for the right man to come into your life instead of, you know what I'm saying?
And you won't have to worry about being on child support.
Yeah. Listen, eggplants and peaches are not everything in life, okay?
Boy is a retard.
Oh, man, let's get back to the topic, though, man.
On the flip side, you got someone like John Tavar, who's actually a father of 2 daughters, right? And he had his little, circumstances too when it came to like legal battles in the family court system. I don't know how much you want to talk about it, John Tavar, but definitely give our listeners and our viewers a little bit of an insight as to how the other side is, you being the one being productive, the one supplying your kids with actual education, nutrients, a roof over their head, and then getting shorthanded. Luckily that you're the Professor X who was able to handle everything. But let's give your side of the story now.
Well, first, just to touch upon a little, my personal, I think just in general though, it is in a way designed, but it's gradually changing though. I could definitely say that it's gradually changing because now more men are really stepping up into the plate and taking more ownership. But for me though, like I already shared this in the podcast. Like I got custody of my oldest daughter at 6 months. So I raised my daughter since she was 6 months. And it wasn't easy, going through that whole custody battle because again, as Nell was just saying, that they make it very difficult though. It's very difficult, very challenging. But I was able, to really fight it. And again, I was always there. And I was really the one that was providing, doing everything. It wasn't like, it was 50-50. It was really all me, really, pretty much. And that's why I had to really take ownership. And things wasn't, going right. That I saw that if I allowed my daughter to live in those circumstances, I'm not being a real father, regardless if I help out financially. I got to be there more than just financially. I got to actually be there, and make sure she's well taken care of. And that's exactly what I did. I went to court, filed the petition for the temporary custody, was awarded, and then, eventually, got, the final custody. And that actually, taught my daughter a lot, because one thing about my daughter, I could definitely say, I am a grandfather, by the way. I don't think I shared that with you, Taino. I did. You do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I didn't know.
You know what I'm saying? But, definitely one thing I always, teach my daughters is that, we can't be intimidated by living in a man's world, though, because technically speaking, this is still a world that's, dominated by men because of, culturally it's been, it's put upon us. But don't ever feel intimidated, and I'm going back with the child support thing. I never actually took my daughter's mother child support. And it wasn't like a macho ego thing, I'm saying, I don't need you, none of that. I just basically, made it just clear that, whenever, she's with you, you do your part. Whenever she's with me, I just do my part. I don't want any financial assistance, what I'm saying? Because thankfully I was in a position that I was, able to really take care of my daughter. And thanks to my moms as well. I can never negate that, helping me out. But yeah, that's how it was for me. And the child support system is kind of tricky, though. It's tricky when you really think about how it works.
It is. I don't believe it.
And there's ways to manipulate it too. Yeah. And for both, for men and women. I know. I mean, first of all, and I'll say this right now. Like, there's a lot of men that are very lucky, especially the kind of life they live, that they never got caught up with that child support, and was really some deadbeat dads. And I'm speaking off experience of really having a father who had multiple children with multiple different women and never got caught up like that. My mom's never, went after him. You know what I'm saying? Although we was struggling like a motherfucker, like we was going through a lot of stuff, man. It was like poverty was a killer, man. Poverty was a killer. Knowing that, you still have a father who's still alive and he knows where you are, but still doesn't reach out to you. And, you know what I'm saying? Just to see how you're doing and just trying to, like, help out for just the small things. That just shows that, some men, they make it worse for good men who are truly trying to make that initiative to do something, right for their child. You know what I'm saying? So it just goes both ways, and it's really tricky though when it comes to that child support thing. You know what I mean? I think the majority they could take is 17%, but they know how to manipulate it in both ways. And this where a lot of men are overpaying for child support, which is ridiculous. How much they're paying. I just got off the phone with a friend of mine. And now we see the shift, like I said earlier. Now you have women paying child support, and I believe my friend was just told me that Halle Berry just made us. She was like, "Yo, I know what men go through now because Halle Berry she pays child support." It's like, wow, now I know what men go through on a daily basis.
Britney Spears too.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but it just shows, man. But it's like I think the system has to change though when it comes to that, and especially where you want to know if you're paying child support that money is going to your child.
That's another thing too.
That's another thing. Yeah, absolutely.
Like paying your taxes. Like I would like to know exactly what y'all doing, what the government's doing my taxes. Like,
yeah.
I pay like $50,000 in taxes per year.
You want to know where your money's going to? Absolutely, it's your right to. That's your money.
It's like $50,000. Like I could literally grab a homeless person off the street and give him a house, give him food.
That's crazy.
Give him everything with $50,000 a year.
I know. Well, I'll tell you this much. I have friends that work in the family court system here in New York State, and I also have friends in the ACS, right? And they tell me that they have a system in place now, actual card that the money goes to, like a debit card, and they kind of keep track, not hard nosed, but they kind of keep track of what the parent is using it for. But then there's always ways to manipulate that. You can actually go and take money out the ATM, you know what I mean, and use it. So it's like, if you're not charging it on the card, how do they know what the hell's going on? You know what I mean? So she told, friends of mine that work in the particular agencies, those agencies, they've told me that there's always, it's not a perfect system yet, but there's a system in place, but definitely people could definitely manipulate it by taking out cash instead of using the card. So,
You know,
John,
another
let me.
thing to take
go ahead.
into consideration is that each state is different too, because
That's
Yeah.
true.
while I was living in New York seeking child support,
That's
because
a very
you know,
point.
when you're collecting, you know, I mean, I was collecting food stamps at the time, and I was trying to see if I qualified for Section 8, but they told me I didn't qualify. You know, supposedly I made too much money. It was like everywhere I went, it's like, no, you made too much money. Like, that's just how it is. But then when I moved to New Jersey and tried to seek child support, it was like a whole different system. Now I'm in Florida, and you know, in order to qualify for certain things, you know, since my son's about to start college, you know, they're asking you for your financials and stuff like that. And so they're basically telling me that, you know, in order to qualify for certain things, to get scholarship, for my son to get certain scholarships to go to college, I either have to apply for Medicaid, which, you know, I haven't done, so I'm not sure, you know, I'm like thinking about it, but I don't know. So like, it's like so many rules, you know what I mean? And me, I'm kind of like, well, I'd rather not, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, that's just me. Every person is different, you know, each state is different, each county is different, you know, so it's just very different, you know, it's all about the individual. So me, I feel like, you know, I have my family and I have everything that I need to sustain for now. So, and I don't really want to go through the headache. I really don't want to deal with him, you know, because like I said, he's very violent. He has a very troubled past. And I just rather not, you know, I've been very peaceful mentally these past few years, not looking for him, not worrying about him. So I prefer to just keep it like that. I'm
Yeah.
a lot happier like that.
God is good.
Yeah, and the whole court process, the whole court process is very stressful.
Yeah.
I mean, I can tell you from my own experience, I've never been on the child support side, but I've been on the criminal side, and I've been through a lot. You know, thank God I changed my life. But this shit is really annoying, and it's the whole way that the system works, man. It's very stressful. When you don't know what the outcome of a case is going to be, like just going down there and spending the whole day, like wasting time of your work hours. You know what I mean? To just go meet a mandated court date. It's insane, man. So either on the child support tip, on the criminal side, even on the civil suit side, is a pain in the ass to be in court. So I definitely feel where you're coming from with that one, Ladonia. But
Yo, John, real quick, I have a question, real quick, John.
yeah.
So at that time, you know, knowing that your father was around and things of that nature, did he ever try to reach out to you at least, even though he wasn't there financially, anything like that?
As a kid, no, never. Never.
Yeah.
Never picked up the phone, even to say happy birthday. And it was crazy because he was actually living 2 buildings away from my grandmother.
Mm.
He knew that we go there every weekend and never bothered to come by. Never.
Yeah, you know how ironic, how many stories of those there are. A dude could be living in the next building and won't even come check his own. That's ridiculous, bro.
Crazy, bro.
Why do you think,
Ridiculous.
That's
Taino,
what I'm
what do you
sorry.
think happens when that type of situation happens? Like, what is it that the father is so scared of? Like, for instance, my son's father, he knows where I'm at.
Humiliation, because he knows he's being a
Humiliation.
bitch ass
It's
dude,
not
man.
even. It's deeper than that, man. Because first of all, and I'm not saying this to give him any. I'm not trying to say that I'm giving him a reason for doing that. You know what I'm saying?
No,
But
yeah, because
like
my
you
situation
said,
is similar, you know.
you got people like you say he has already had a checkered past. You know what I'm saying? So who's to say how he was raised? You know what I'm saying? But the difference is with that, which is why I can't give him that excuse, because look at John. John didn't grow up with his father, but look what type of a father he is.
Yes.
So it's like a different spectrum when it comes. You can't necessarily say, oh, because this, that, and the third. It's innate. You know what I'm saying? Anything that has to do with a child, I see a child that's not mine, and automatically I'm like, yo, come here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody doesn't have that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when a person has their own child, you know, when I grew up, it was a point in time where it was like the village raising the child. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
I could be 2-3 blocks away, and somebody sees something happen to me. Hey, get off him or whatever. Or I get a phone call, or should I say, I get home from doing some stupid shit. As soon as I come through the door, Yo, what you hit me for? Yeah, they told me what you was doing on 52nd. Get your ass in here. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how real it was when we was coming up. Now you in the era of star.
Yeah.
Right.
Star. You see somebody child getting beat down. You see a woman getting hit. Like everything is grab your phone. It's not about let's protect ours.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like back in the days, you couldn't come in my neighborhood doing something. If you was from another neighborhood, you wouldn't leave this motherfucker.
And the OGs from the community would look out for like kids and stuff. You know, they would teach them, hey, aren't you Margarita's son? What
All
the hell
types
you
of
doing?
shit.
Go upstairs.
That's a fact.
I'm gonna tell your moms. Your moms, if you need something,
immediately speed
down. At me. If you need something, come holler at me. Don't be going to the store stealing quarter water juices. I'll buy it for you. That's how it was before.
I know.
Listen,
like that.
You know it's serious because they have rotary phones back in my days. So by the time this shit was coming back already, that phone call was already happening. By the time I walked in the door, they put that shit on speed dial.
Oh my!
By the time I came in the house, it was over.
Like you walking in the door and then your mother turns around like
that's a fact.
I know what you was doing.
That's a fact. You know what I'm saying?
And sometimes as a kid, man, you do dumb shit. You don't realize, until you get into trouble, and you be like,
somebody call my mama.
I'm telling you. But to get back on the subject, like it's something that's supposed to be just human nature, because I was just speaking to somebody today. There's a friend of mine who's paying child support for his son. Now, the woman that he had a child with, she has 2 other children. She's actually using his child support to pay for the other children.
Wow,
that's what I'm saying? And that shit is like, how is that even humanly possible?
Damn.
Like y'all dead serious? Y'all gonna take, just like I said earlier. So you're gonna take this money, but you're not gonna investigate how this money is being used. Y'all just give these women carte blanche to just, here, take this, give it to you, do what you want. Go buy some Gucci loafers. Go to whatever country. All types of foolishness. You know what I'm saying?
She had rainbows buying $20.
Like this shit is crazy, and it's all on them staying home. They getting Section 8, they getting food stamps, and they got your check. Like it's to me. I mean, John is very fortunate. That's one in a million. You know what I'm saying? It's not too many individuals that's gonna go to court and just outright get custody. Full-blown custody like that, that's not going to happen.
You know what? John Tavares deserves a clap. Thank you for being an awesome father. A great papa.
Listen, man, that's goals right there. You know what I'm saying? Because you have women who try to use children as a weapon.
Oh, yeah.
And they weaponize their children, and it's like they use child support and going to court as a power tool. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you don't want to be with me, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to jack your whole life up. You know what I'm saying? Like I just learned recently, like you can get an order protection without any evidence.
Word.
Like literally, like a woman just goes.
Story.
That's not what I think every state is different. Because
that's a fabricated story. In New York, you can fabricate a story.
Listen, I did not know that.
Not in Florida, you can't do that.
Honkies down
I'm gonna tell you right now, New York is a different entity in his own right.
I know.
New York is a different universe.
Like this is literally the rotten apple.
Even New York and Jersey, they're both just so different.
It's just ridiculous because how are you gonna just allow someone to fabricate a story and you're not even gonna look it up?
Yeah, that's not true.
And then like I said, I learned also. Cause I even asked the cop one day, I was like, yo, how does these order protection work? Like y'all do that? And they like, nah, the courts do that. Right. So y'all don't investigate none of this? Y'all just
Well, they just call temporary. You. Isn't it only temporary? Like they could put it temporary.
Yeah, but it's temporary. But look at the situation right now, right?
Until the court day comes. It's until the court day comes.
Look at this right now, Duanya. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
You have COVID right now. So now because of COVID, there's a whole bunch of fuck shit going on with court cases. The only court cases that's getting seen right now is criminal court. But civil court and child support, like you'll get a date from today till June
next year or something.
Wow. You know what I'm saying? So how does this affect the child that you're trying to see?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Nobody cares about this because we're supposed to be
in the
here.
meanwhile, you got a Fugazo ass fucking order protection against you. You can't even
Listen.
yeah, that's
The whole purpose of us being in this situation in court is for the better of that child. But that's not what's going on at all. It don't start with the mother, and it don't start with the courts, because the system can see outright some bullshit, but they'll just be like, "Hey, you got to prove it." You know what I'm saying? Like, what type of shit you talking about? This shit don't even sound right.
word.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
crazy.
So it's like, oh man, my joint just started acting up on me.
Come on, man. Shit,
Laptop.
bro.
Yeah,
What's
Well, I'll
coming
tell you
on, bro? You
situation.
ain't charge this shit, bro?
Nah, bro. You know I'm not
No
computer
wonder you
savvy.
got mad dark all of a sudden. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, you know I'm not computer savvy, but I'll get back up in
I
here
was like, what the
some way
hell's going
somehow.
on over here? You got like mad like
Hold up.
That's what I heard when you
Right
turned
there.
colors.
I'm trying to
In the
figure
criminal justice system, you got two sides: those who oppress, those who break the law, and those who defend them.
this. Yeah, bro. So with me is like right now it's important for a father to be around if he wants to be around.
Absolutely.
No, this is not like everything going on right now is unprecedented.
Yeah, I
You know
agree.
what I mean? So if a child has two parents, there's no reason why there shouldn't be both parents in the mix. You know,
Right.
Word.
because it works hand in hand. You know, John has his daughter, daddy's little girl, and you have your son, that's mama's baby, or you know what I'm saying? And that's how it's supposed to be, because that's why God made us. But at the same time, too, your son needs his father, whether
Yeah.
he knows it or not. And John's daughter needs her mother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the whole purpose of making this child.
Yeah.
Like nobody made this child alone.
Yeah,
And
you're
then I'm
right.
just speaking on the individuals that want to be in a child's life. I'm not speaking
Word.
about them dirtbags because you know I ain't
Right.
a dirtbag, so I can't sit here and speak on a dirtbag point of view.
Word.
I can only
But,
speak from my point of view. You
Right.
understand what I'm
but
saying?
you're right.
And it's
You're
like
right
I can
about
it's
speak
that.
so
on my dirtbag point of view.
yeah.
Like you don't want to
So
give them a pass. I know what you mean.
As you conversating with me, would you, Taino, would you say that,
Conversing, coño.
huh?
Conversing.
Conversing, sorry.
You, like that, right now we're having a cordial conversation. We're not screaming above one another. I'm listening while you're talking and vice versa. You know what I mean? With this individual, my son's father, it's like that is impossible. That's absolutely impossible. But I can't really blame him 100% because his background is pretty bad. His
Yeah.
father's, his father is in jail for life for 3 murders.
Oh,
His
shit.
not
mother
listen.
is
Not
not.
to cut you off. Not to
Yeah.
cut you off after you
Did
just
say
finished
earlier
telling me,
though.
letting
Shit,
me
not an excuse. Is that
everybody
an
need to
excuse?
talk. But listen,
Is that an
ain't
excuse?
no goddamn excuse when it comes to children.
No, yeah, you're
When
right.
children
Absolutely.
come into this world, they didn't ask to be placed in this world. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? You're
That's
supposed to
why
be
I'm like,
here
you know
to be
what?
a protector. You're supposed to be the provider. You're supposed to be all that. And I'm talking about a man. I'm not talking about a woman. A woman is going to be the nourisher. Because now, in all actuality, the stronger of the two is women. There's no way in the world that men are stronger than women. You know what I'm saying? That's why God said, nigga, we can't be here by ourselves. Let me hold this rib real quick. I think you need a companion, bro. And that's why women are here. You know what I'm saying? It's the yin and the yang.
Yeah.
So you can't just give him that benefit of the doubt. Oh, nah.
No, yeah, absolutely. And
Listen.
what saddens me is that, I was, I had my son at a young age, and obviously at the time I was very immature. I wasn't thinking the way that I'm thinking now. My point of view was a whole lot different way back then, but unfortunately he's chosen, now that we're in our 30s, he still hasn't decided to grow up. Like, you know what? Maybe I can have a cordial conversation with baby moms. You know what I mean? But
Just let it go, man. You already
absolutely.
you already
I
got a
let go
grown.
years ago. I gave up years ago. I said, you know what? I've actually been more happier now that I know where my money's coming from. You know what I'm saying? I got all the support that I need. I got everything that I need. I don't need to be chasing nobody no more. You know what I'm saying? This was years ago. And I was like, what, 7 years ago that I was like, you know what? I don't need to do this anymore. And nothing but good things has been happening with him and I ever since then. And I was like, you know what? Then this is meant to be. This is how it's meant to be. And I'm a whole lot happier. He's, you know, happy. He's making good grades. You know, I'm checking up on him, supporting him, anything that he wants to do. You know, he's playing piano and he's looking into starting his own podcast and
nice.
You know, he wants to get into architecture and he actually wants to like build a resort style shelter for homeless people.
Wow.
That's a genius.
Dope. Yeah, like
you raised the kid.
I'm blown away. I'm like, oh my God, that's incredible. So
you did an amazing job, and for that.
I mean, I can't just say it's me. It's my family, you know, it's my friends, you know. Sometimes I had to call my next door neighbor to babysit my child because I had to go into work or because they asked me to do another shift, you know, and working in the hotels in the front desk, you do a lot of overnight shifts. So sometimes, you know what I'm saying, he's older now, but when he was younger, you know, you're not supposed to be leaving him home alone. And so, you know, sometimes I had to do what I had to do.
Listen, crazy thing what you mentioned in that, right? I mentioned to a person earlier, right? Because I know of a female who doesn't want the child to have no type of interaction with the father or the family or anything of that nature, and pretty much just have the child as a hermit. And I'm trying to say, like, children need love. You know what I'm saying? Like multiple. It's not healthy, you know what I'm saying, to keep a child in one environment.
Let me tell you something.
Because that's about growth. You understand? Absolutely. It's just like you with all those places that you moved to, you had different experiences in all those places that you've been through, even though you was an adult already, but it still correlates to the same thing in your growth.
Absolutely. But let me tell you something that's interesting. My son is in communication with his whole family. His grandmother, his brother.
On his dad's side, you mean?
On his dad's side. Yeah. So he's in like
that's dope. That's
every couple of weeks. And I don't mind it. I would never stop that. You know,
yes, because you're not that type of female, but there are females that do try to rid the kid off of the memory of his dad or even of his family. Right. The uncles around, the aunts, the moms.
Yeah. All the people is around except him. And he lives right next door to all of them.
Yeah. And some of them
even. It's like, you know where I live. You know where my phone number is. I've never stopped you all these years, even though you knew I was seeking child support. No. You know, you just want to, I don't know. The only thing I can think of is that he's just humiliated. Like all these years passed by and now he's about to be 18. And I mean, that's the only thing that I could think of. And I'm just like,
he ain't get the aha moment. That's what it is.
Yeah, still.
It's not even about him being any type of mental state where he's ashamed of things. He ain't get the aha moment. He ain't get yo, I'm a father moment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or once his son graduates from college and he sees him and he be like, yo, I did all this without you.
Word.
You the reason why I did this. Now watch my mother live lavish for the rest of her life.
Word.
Thank you, you deadbeat.
That's his payback. His payback. His payback is to be successful. Your payback is already there. It's living proof. This kid is a bright young man. He's going to college. Yo, he got a sick ass Charger that you got him. You know what I'm saying? Brand new.
I bought him a car, his first car. I embarrassed him at school. I brought the car to school.
Oh, that's dope. That ain't embarrassing. How's that embarrassing?
Last thing in my mind.
Yo, dude, I'll tell you this much: if this kid was an athlete, like a sports, like a basketball player, he been putting up them numbers, kid. He been doing triple doubles every day.
Listen, it's like the same thing with John, man. Look at John. Who in their right mind wouldn't give John his child? My man is a scholar. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Like, not only is he a scholar, like the man works with children. You know how hard it is to teach somebody else's child?
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying? Like, that is not the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah, man.
It's not. You know that's more difficult to do than my position. In my position, I only take care of one child. You know what I mean? But John Tavar, he's like, and multiply that by 30, 40. I don't know how much.
Telling you, man.
Think about it, man. People's kids go and spend 8 hours under the supervision of another individual. And so basically, those kids become his kids for 8 hours.
Yeah,
No, he's basically their father.
Yeah.
This is what people fail to realize. Look, this is how people don't fail to realize, right? All right, let's do this right now. Let's do the math. All right, children are home when? What time? Out of 20, look. There's 24 hours in a day, right?
Yeah.
Right.
How much time does a child spend at home?
Probably like four hours of being awake and like 8 hours of being asleep or 9.
Mm-hmm.
Rest of the day, they're out the house.
So already society is being their parent.
Yep.
And also the teacher is their parent.
Yeah.
Because the teacher spends more time with the child than the child does with his family.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? Because in all actuality, from 0 to 6, maybe 7, that's the time of moral reasoning in a child's life.
Yeah.
Everything
The
that
waking
is taught,
hour.
the time being spent, because that's the time they're mostly with their family. Once they go to pre-K, there's no more of that. Now you're society's child. You're no longer your parents' child. Now your parents' child plus everybody else's child.
You spend your time in school and curricular activities.
No, you're right. Definitely.
Listen, man, I salute you, bro. All day.
It's a lot, bro. Like, it's a lot, man. Especially when you got children that don't have that family. They were looking for that family support, and you really gotta, you're
a role model, bro.
By default. By default, you have to.
You're a role model without you even knowing it. I mean, I know you know it,
right.
But I'm just simply saying, like, you know what I'm saying. I remember when I was 8 years old, and I went to McDonald's, and they got robbed while I was there. So I'm there with my dad.
Said, now I'm changing my name to Tank.
Yo, so I'm looking at this joint, and I'm like in amazement. Like, it's crazy that I still remember this, and it's like I'm amazed. So I'm like, yo, is this a movie? And I look at my dad. I'm like, yo, this is a movie, bro. Like, what's going on right now? You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. To another child, that could have been traumatizing.
Yeah.
To me, I was raised the way I was raised, so all that was natural to me. Right. You see what I'm saying? So that just goes back to what I'm saying. A child needs that parent there.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Both.
Because at the end of the day, what one is not going to teach, the other one picks up on that. You know what I'm saying? What a man's side might be rough, the female side is going to be the softer side. Come here, baby. I know your daddy crazy. Come here, let me get that boo-boo off your leg. You know what I'm saying? Stop babying that boy. He gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, it has to be a balance, you know.
Of course. You mentioned that earlier in our conversation. Now you mentioned it again, and that's something that I wanted to say. You know what I mean? For as much of a great parent that you are single, right? A single parent, like that Dwayne is a single parent. John Tavares, they're great parents. Like, John Tavares would never be able to show the female perspective to his daughters because he's not a female.
Certain conversations I can't have with her.
Certain conversations.
Yeah, same thing with a boy. That's one thing I say.
Yeah.
Especially with a boy, though, because at the end of the day, I'm just really speaking from experience, but I know for a fact because I teach children, when I can tell when a student doesn't have a father in their life. Without even knowing their background, just by their behavior, I can just tell. Just like that.
Of course.
That child doesn't have a father in their life.
There's no moral reasoning going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
because once you got a father, my bad. Once you got a father in your life, you know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, you ain't gonna be getting away with things that you do with your mother. You know what I'm saying? And that's no slight to a woman. I'm just saying in general, you know, because women are naturally nurturers. You know what I'm saying? So they'll be like with whatever, they'll chastise them, but in a way where it's like, oh, come here, you know I'm sorry, baby, this, that, and the third. Where a man is like, listen, you know I love you, boy, but this is what it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You better what? Yeah. Oh, all right. Yeah, don't look at me like that neither.
And that's why I wanted to commend.
I do that too. You know, sometimes the mother has to turn into this crazy, you know, listen, you make some bad grades. What I do with my son, and he laughs all the time when I say this. You make some bad grades. I'm gonna pull up in your school in a chicken suit with a picture, and I'm gonna show everybody where's this kid at. Where's this kid at?
You be embarrassed.
Like,
you embarrass him.
Eyes, and he's like, Ma, the scariest thing is that I know you'd actually do that.
That's
Karen.
That's that Aquarius sign right there, boy.
Yeah. But that
Aquarius sign.
What I meant to say was earlier that
I would go like that, like what? Ask Nelson. He knows me for a while.
Yeah, for sure. What I meant to say was
wild out in public and everything. Like when I get there, I'm there and that's it. But
yeah, man, you definitely got that Karen syndrome in you once in a while. But
no, I don't.
But I'm not on a racial tip, but I'm like
saying about Karen.
I was like, what? No.
Yeah, that was a bad analogy.
No, I mean being the crazy mom. That's all. You know, you got those like crazy white ladies that be acting crazy with their kids. But anyway, what I wanted to say was that what I was saying with John Tavar not having certain conversations with his daughter because he doesn't have the female perspective. Same thing goes for La Dueña. So I want to commend you guys not having that factor. Raising these kids, you still had raised good kids. You guys raised great kids, regardless of not having,
despite whatever,
without having the partner there or the other parent there. You guys are still were still able to overcome that factor and actually raise great kids, man. So I commend you guys in doing that, man. We're gonna go we're going to go into a little break real quick, and then we're going to be right back, and we're going to keep on talking about this child support. Pay up! Pay up!
Money.
Boy, it's a hot mess. Boy, it's a hot mess.
You've been listening to Dinner at the Round Table podcast. Follow them at Dinner at the Round Table.
We got we got Taino in the building, man. Taino Domingo. Catch that book, man. Vengeful we catch it on Amazon, right? You can buy it on Amazon. And what other bookstores we can get that at?
iTunes, ebooks. You know what I'm saying? However you want it, man. Just tune in. It's something that definitely is needed in this time. I pretty much wrote this for let's say 17 and over because we all know that these kids are having sex at an alarming rate right now, and they're getting younger and younger. So it's only right that I break down some information that nobody else is giving them. Because at the end of the day, the way I see it is, I'm identifiable to these children. You know what I'm saying? I speak like them. I mean, I can get proper when I want to, but fuck all that. But, I'm identifiable to them.
Too, on the podcast.
I'm somebody that somebody can easily just pull up and be like, yo, I gotta holler at you about something. And I'm with all the shits because somebody did it for me. It's only right that I do it for somebody else. Like I said, I came up in an era where, each one teach one and the whole village raised a child.
Word.
So how is it that we have this virus, HIV and AIDS, that's affecting 18 to 24 minority age, and nobody wants to talk about it?
Word.
You see what I'm saying? It's like still the elephant in the room, and we're in 2021.
Word, man, for sure, man.
Like I tell people a lot of times, I tell adults, I'm like, yo, buy my book, read my book. And if you feel like your child is mature enough, let them read my book because it's something that's in there that they need to see.
Yeah, man.
They need to stop being bamboozled by all the rap songs and all the Instagram and Facebook and realize that, listen, this virus don't care about your race, color, creed. They don't care how much money you got. Once you get it, your ass is stuck like Chuck.
Yep, man. And listen, man, you just said one of my favorite words in the dictionary, bro. And yo, Pops, buy the book, man. You still ain't reading, bitch ass.
Yo, nah. How about Pops having it and he hasn't read it?
Yeah, I know, right?
Talk about that.
We're gonna be right back, man. Podcast. We're gonna start with Sakari, personal trainer. Yeah, we out this for a little bit. We'll be right back. Right back.
It's time to work it out. It's time to work it out. It's time to work it out. And I'm your personal trainer. Breathe in, breathe out, release all your anger. Leg up, lay down. I'm your personal trainer. Breathe in, breathe out, release all your anger. Leg up, lay down. I'm your personal trainer. I like to get her on the weights, press on her, penetrate. You know she like to stay in shape. Home workout, don't even gotta leave your place. Sweat dripping down her face. Wet kisses, I like the way it tastes. Chin up, now you lay. See what happens when they let us in the stage. Nowadays these boys they can't hang, so girl rolls her eyes. He ain't work out a thing. and she ready to get trained. That's when my Blackberry start to ring. All you need is yourself, that's all you bring. Total body workout, it's not a game. Arms, now relax. Turn around, it's time to work it back.
Oh, behave.
Breathe in, breathe out, release all your anger. Leg up, lay down. I'm your personal trainer. Breathe in, breathe out, release all your anger. Leg up, lay down. I'm your personal trainer. I promise the pain won't last. When I push, we both work abs. Till you release and split splash. And feel good while I build muscle mass. The routine turn heads when she passed. 2 weeks in class, got a nice little ass. She work fast, stomach ache. See what happens when I push it all away. Nowadays, these boys are still playing. Till grown men come and their girlfriends start changing. All of a sudden, the plans is rearranging. And she working out like she's in spring training. And now she's feeling amazing. Rocking a pearl at no special occasion. Stop, open your eyes. Sit on it, I'm about to work your thighs. Breathe in, breathe out. Release all your anger. Leg up, lay down. I'm your personal trainer. Breathe in, breathe out. Release all your anger.
Oh, really?
Leg up, lay down. I'm your personal trainer. Military workout, hands on. Lift up, throw around like ragdoll. Need a workout beat, that's that song. So you can even start the routine on the dance floor. I mean, what more could you ask for? She never been this turned on with pants on. She like confidence, I'm not sure. See what happens when you dope in that raw.
Oh,
When I'm done, she
behave.
can't talk. She wanna run, she try but can't walk. So all she do is smile and laugh it off. And Sergeant Sicario the boss. Because nada, just come see me again, little mama. Today's workout time, 3 hours. And now it's time to hit the showers. Breathe in, breathe out. Leg up, lay down. I'm your personal trainer. Breathe in, breathe out. Release all your anger. Leg up, lay down. I'm your personal trainer.
You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people. But you need people like me, so you can point your fucking finger.
Yo,
We together get money.
$1 million.
What you here for then?
You want to run things here?
We wrapped up.
$1 million.
Hey, ooh, she like the way that I move. Hey, ooh, she like the things that I do. Hey, ooh, she like to do what I do. Hey, ooh, chasing the bag, we gon' run it up. Hey, ooh, she like the way that I move. Hey, ooh, she like the things that I do. Hey, ooh, she like to do what I do. Hey, ooh, chasing the bag, we gon' run it up. Hey, ooh, little mommy, you cute. What's your name, what it do? Come hang with me and my crew. Hey, let's bust it up. Let me show you some moves. No answer, but I'll give you views. I'ma win the whip, you can't lose. Oh, check her out now. She said, check her background. Hey, real boss chick. She only by the back now. She ain't the type to ever back down. She rolling with me, she got my back now. She ain't the type to ever back down. She rolling with me, she got my back now. They just mad, they gotta trick the bag. I sit back and use a gift for gab. My chips, chipped up. I'm living fabulous, but it ain't fads. They asking, what it do? You already know what my squad do. Niggas be like, fuck me. I be like, hey, nigga, fuck you. Hey, ooh, she like the way that I move. Hey, ooh, she like the things that I do. Hey, ooh, she like to do what I do. Hey, ooh, chasing the bag, we gon' run it up. Hey, ooh, she like the way that I move. Hey, ooh, she like the things that I do. Hey, ooh, she like to do what I do. Hey, ooh, chasing the bag, we gon' run it up. We chasing the bag, we gon' run it up. We chasing the bag, we gon' run it up. Hey, move, we on a mission, Tom Cruise. Oh, he a shooter, with black album to the news. Hey, ooh, this is deja vu. Can't post this for the views. Give a damn about the Instagrams. I'm in the kitchen whipping Instagrams. Trying to make a hood picture plan. Fuck a repost or a mention. I'm really rolling with the lynchman. Tired of the bowling. Oh, yeah, and they shooting up the pitch, man. Hey, Ooh, she like the way that I move. Ayy, ooh, she like the things that I do. Ayy, ooh, she like to do what I do. Ayy, ooh, you chasing the bag, we gon' run it up. Ayy, ooh, she like the way that I move. Ayy, ooh, she like the things that I do. Ayy, ooh, she like to do what I do. Ayy, ooh, chasing the bag, we gon' run it up. Ayy, ooh, she like the way that I move. Ayy, ooh, she like the things that I do. Ayy, ooh, she like to do what I do. Ayy, ooh, chasing the bag, we gon' run it up.
Big fucking uptown.
Suck my dick, nigga.
Big bean, y'all heavy on the fucking ice. You already know what time it is.
You've been
Shouts
listening to
Shorty
Dinner
Crazy.
at the Round Table Podcast. Follow them at Dinner at the Round Table.
For all the men.
Yeah. 7 block, nigga.
When it's wartime, we gon' slide together.
7 blocks.
Smoking on the gas, you can smell the pressure. Fly shit, only do it with no effort. Can't walk on my Timbs, I'm a big stepper. Step up on the spot, I'm a big stepper. Head to the bag, I'm a big stepper. These niggas is mad, I'm a big stepper. Can't walk on my Timbs, I'm a big stepper.
These niggas talking hot, rolling, go get the stick. No matter where I go, I'ma always check my shit. And the pot's gon' ride, you can't fit on the zip. And if the odds gon' fly, we gon' shoot at this pitch. And if you not to the fly, don't wreck my shit. I'ma always keep the poke if I don't carry the grip. And I'm so New York like Biggie and Kiss. I got a 40 in my butter, you can't walk me down.
I got a fiend, look like how I could do it.
episodes
More dope pump
during the interview with him. Bang! That's
Probably
what I'm
put a
saying.
kilo for my only primo. Dixie
That
moving
was like-
silence, I got you. Pull up to your block like a Debo. Turn on the bullets to zero. G-code, nigga, that's the street code. I don't gotta prove nothing, cause the streets know.
Get nasty, get it poppin', get it crackin'. Pistol on me if it's static. We ain't with the chitter chatting. Glock 40 automatic. I get sturdy with the ratchet. It's a 30 that I'm packing. If you try me, it get tragic. That's offended. Man, I'ma up it if you test me. Used to be drippin' in Kenzie. Now I'm drippin' in Givenchy. Used to ride around in renties. Now I pull up in the Benzie with a sturdy to assist me. In the highway getting Becky like.
When it's wartime, we gon' slide together.
7 blocks.
Smoking on the gas, you can smell the pressure. Fly shit, only do it with no effort. Can't walk on my Timbs, I'm a big stepper. Step up on the spot, I'm a big stepper. Get to the bag, I'm a big stepper. These niggas is mad, I'm a big stepper. Can't walk on my Timbs, I'm a big stepper.
Hey yo, free the fucking members, man. Free Pudge, free Oreja, free Mini-Me, free Baby G, nigga. Free Shimmy out the feds, you know that. Free the Pats, man. Free the Rockets, man. Free the gang.
Yo, shout out to Mayhem, man. He's in the building. You already know.
Yo, I was about to get upset. I don't hear no mayhem. I was about to get upset.
You know I got you, baby. Stop playing with me. Man, he's in the house.
Yeah. Yo, niggas out here trying to make a buck. Spend it as fast as you get it and never saving up. For a rainy day, plug throwing bricks and you wanna receive them like Michael Irvin, but this ain't 88. OGs paved the way and you saw them getting paid, but they ain't here to ride with you. This ain't training day. I know you like it when the ladies wave you in the latest J's, but even Jordan had to change his game and fade away. And you got that craving, eh? To make some cake and do your laundry with champagne to wash the pain away. I guess it's safe to say you lost in the sauce. You don't know the game ain't a game, yet you came to play. Skip the fine print of what you signed up for. A lifestyle your own brother get you lined up for. Stab you in the back, fuck your spine up for. They masked up in your crib, your mom's tied up for. Your man just left, the coincidence fuck your mind up more. You tell her connect, I'ma pay it, this lost mine, not yours. Now you in the hole trying to climb up walls like the feds on vacay, like they took time off. You ain't thinking about that ride up north. You trying to pay to connect, even if you gotta raise the crime up more. The hood know you for serving dimes all raw. You sell hard, but fiends saying that the dimes all soft. That mushy shit, when you stash it, the dimes all squashed. They gave you trash work cheap, you gotta grind at all costs. You selling dirt now, your name in the mud. You ain't the plug, you selling white squares that ain't even drugs. Creating holes that ain't even dug. It was all good, but this ain't a week ago. I know you pray that it was, cause now you pray in the slums. And they saying you grub. Jux that man for them bands, but you know he play with them drums. Shit dropped in the pot, only came up suds. Now they writing your name on slugs, damn. And they say bullets got no names, cause when they pull it out and spray, they miss you. But baby girl get a bullet in her brain. Now they searching for her best pick to put it in a frame. Would've been you, but you lucky that that shooter had no aim. You dodging bullets like Neo, you on the run from your PO. With your cousin's OT, cause you needed a TO. Yeah, you needed to chill, but you still in the field. Burn your bridges, now the only way across is to steal. So you riding around looking for victims, telling them you got it for cheap, looking to stick them. They take a piece off the top, lick it and sniff it. Head on, this way, we could do business. They kept digging only to find out the middle was in the frame.
Bless. Shout out to May, he's in the building, Mayhem. You already know it is Adam.
No time for the stress. I just know that I'm blessed. I've been praying, I'm just saying, I just know that I'm next. Yeah, I wish you the best, but don't shoot me no text. They want probs, they got probs, we gon' load up them texts. No time for the stress, I just know that I'm blessed. I've been praying, I'm just saying, I just know that I'm next. Yeah, I wish you the best, but don't shoot me no text. They want probs, they got probs, we gon' load up them texts. I'm too legit like it's hammer time. Cold nigga in the summertime. Don't hit the apple, call the other line. I play for keeps, that's all of mine. Jump your ass like a trampoline. Oops, I meant to say trampoline. Everybody on perks and lean. Damn, the whole world full of fiends. Blame God, I was born to shine. Late bloomer, but ahead of time. No cap, I ain't gotta lies. Fuck the ops, man, they gotta die. Snake singing like a lullaby. How you broke, but you hella flies. Fuck the fake boy, I see the lies. I mix the cookie with the cherry pie. Have a shorty roll a wood, cause she know how to roll it good. 100 packs in the hood, I flooded up Hollywood. I put my city on my back, I'm about to put it on the map. You pussy rappers getting slapped, little nigga, that's a fact. Ooh, run it up, I'm running laps, give it up. My people live it up. That clock ticking, hurry up. I'm only speaking from the gut. Fam, all we got is us. Ops niggas I don't trust, but thank God he got us. Yeah, thank God he got us. No time for the stress. No time for the stress. I just know that I'm blessed. I've been praying, I'm just saying, I just know that I'm next. Yeah, I wish you the best, but don't shoot me no text. They want probs, they got probs, we gon' load up them texts. No time for the stress. I just know that I'm blessed. I've been praying, I'm just saying, I just know that I'm next. Yeah, I wish you the best, but don't shoot me no text. They want probs, they got probs, we gon' load up them texts.
My first job was my last job. I made sales in the backyard of the building that I grew up in, and the precinct wasn't that far. Got a fast car and a trap car. It's a little luck, but I trap hard. Came a long way from the hard days. All praise to the trap lord. 100 grams at that time. Running dope, beat that charge. Coke soft, but come back hard, cause I whip fast, no NASCAR. I be with big dogs, you with the poodles. I learned a lot in the game, you can't just Google. Breaking bread like we at the altar, jugging, hitting licks off the corner. Niggas made a brick off a quarter, water whipping with holy water. Miss just and 100 up, they gon' jog, I'ma run it up. We coming up, to sum it up, the winter's ours and the summer's us. Gun is tucked like fuckers up, AR with 100 drum. We don't care about none of them, cause they don't care about none of us. My lawyer beat the case, I dodged a heavy bid. You ain't gotta bless me if I sneeze, God already did.
No time for the stress, I just know that I'm blessed. I've been praying, I'm just saying, I just know that I'm next. Yeah, I wish you the best, but don't shoot me no text. They want probs, they got probs, we gon' load up them texts. No time for the stress, I just know that I'm blessed.
Remember I told you when you started, the guys who last in this business are the guys who fly straight, low-key, quiet. And the guys who want it all, chicas, champagne, flash, they don't last.
You finished? Can I go now?
You already know what it is. Dinner at the Roundtable Podcast back in the house, baby. I got a message for y'all, man. All y'all deadbeat dads, man, fessed up, pay up that child support. All y'all baby mothers getting all crazy because your man ain't giving you the business anymore. Leave that man alone, man. Let him see his kids, yo. Welcome back to Dinner at the Roundtable Podcast. You already know.
Nelly Wildin'.
Yo, man, what Taino at, baby? What's up, man? You got hype?
As he should. As he should. Get hype. Because there's more than just women.
Right now.
Or should I say men being deadbeats, bro? These women out here is out of order.
Maybe women deadbeats.
Listen,
I
straight
mean,
up.
I feel that is nowadays. I feel like is I wouldn't say equal, but I would just say that the tables is turned.
Nah, I'm just saying, like, listen, you can't claim you love a child if you don't let that child interact with the other parent, B. If that parent wants to be involved, then you gotta woman up, swallow that bullshit,
pick your balls up,
swallow that bullshit, and do what's right for that child, man. That's what it is at the end of the day, man. It's for the betterment of the child. And like I said earlier in the program, the courts don't care, man. They just there. They want to
black and brown too, though. Especially black and brown. They don't.
Yo,
another statistic.
Listen, I know dudes who have been the one to file, and they still getting the short end of the stick.
Oh yeah, I believe.
You understand what I'm saying? And it's crazy because, yo, how you just and don't let you miss a payment. Oh, baby, don't miss a payment. You know what I'm saying? But they can easily take your bread, right, and owe you that bread, and you got to call for that bread that they owe you.
Oh yeah.
What type of?
I'm telling you, the
man,
government doesn't want you to depend on them. The government doesn't want the people to depend on them. They want you to fix your own problems. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to make it easy for you. Like that's what I've been seeing. That's what I've been seeing.
When they jump in to fix your problems.
You know what's the crazy thing though?
Grow up and pick your balls up.
The crazy thing is, right? You know, and I'm just speaking from a male point of view. You know what I'm saying?
Better be speaking from a male's point of view.
Nah, because what I'm finna say is some shit where it's like people really don't get the spectrum of what's really going on out here. Like we're an endangered species, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Every day that a man walks out out of his apartment or home, he might never come back.
Wow.
For various reasons. You know what I'm saying? And you would think that coming home to a woman or a woman will see this plight with everybody out here getting shot, getting killed, all types of things of that nature. You know, you would think as a people will start changing and be like, yo, tomorrow's not promised, B. You know what I'm saying? Let me get off my bullshit. Let me treat this man a certain way and let him have a relationship with his child. But it's not like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, and it's a sad state that we in.
And I really believe that, I mean, kind of piggyback what you were saying though, Taino, is that a lot has to do with ego, jealousy, and money.
You can't say you love your child if you got any of those evils that you just finished saying right there. Yeah. Because it's bigger than just you.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
That child needs multiple people in his lifetime to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, baby.
Got your hand raised. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Nelly. You so sweet.
Like I'm in class and I'm giving it to you right now because they kids with their hands up like that too, though. They got something to say.
Like, about to get stomped.
Can I talk, Mr. Anyway.
yo, does he act like this when I'm not around? Because I feel like he only acts like this when I'm around.
I'll be goofing around, but when you hear, I just feel extra goofy.
He gets more energy though.
But now, what I was gonna say was just to I wanted to say it earlier, but I wanted to say it for the second half. Is even this happens a lot, and I'm not here to female bash. You know what I mean? Because I know females that are awesome, like that. The way she's an awesome female. She do what it do.
Yeah,
I know I have good friends that do what they do. You know what I'm saying? They never needed a man. They do what they do, and women are awesome in general. You know, just to the fact that they were able to get into the workforce and fight for their rights to vote and all that. I respect that. But I was gonna say was that some females never get over that hunch of the baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? They could be with another guy, married with kids already, with another dude, already living the white picket fence with the golden retriever. Bob Saget visits her crib on the weekends, whatever.
Bob Saget.
And she's still beasting, still in love with the baby father, with the first one. You know what I mean? And come on, we got to be real with it, man. What is it so much that this guy did to you that you're not trying to let him see his kids, man? And he's paying his he's paying his child support. He wants to be there because you have this love thing going on with him, so on the low, which you don't want to admit. You still want to keep this man away from his kids. I don't think that's right. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of females use their emotional of status to supersede their intelligence, and that's something that I don't respect.
That's like a still situation that I'm going through. My son's father, he owns his
He
own
still loves
company
you?
now. No, not the love scene. Like I look and I'm like, yo, what the fuck did I see in this
Like,
guy?
I want you.
But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about he's already married. He has 2 other kids now. He has
Wow.
his own company. He has a Harley motorcycle. He got all these
Oh, he
Yeezys
living it up.
posts.
And he
He's
can't pay
living
no
it
child
up.
support, man. That dude's a
And he
lame,
don't
bro.
play. He never paid for 17 years. My son's whole entire life never paid child support because I couldn't get him because I couldn't, And
You
I'm
ain't
like,
had that social security number. You'd have had
But
that
wait,
social security number.
I got
It'd
his
have been
social
over.
security number
but
too.
And they still ain't get him?
was he being a
Wow.
nuisance? Was he being?
You know what it was? My
Question,
situation was
okay,
crazy because he moved to Pennsylvania at the time. Now he lives in Florida, and I know exactly where he is now. I know his address. He doesn't even know that I know
Yo,
it.
stand your ground, baby. Just do the stand your ground. You'll be
Stand
good.
your
Oh,
ground.
yeah,
Yo,
but-
stop promoting violence, man.
Yo,
Come
right?
on, man. It's 2021, man. We trying to change the
Yeah.
narrative, bro.
Yo.
This guy right here, man.
Yo,
Trying to change the narrative, man.
pretend that he doesn't even. I just try to pretend that he's not even in Florida or anywhere near me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I'm focused on other things. I got other
Right.
shit going on. I don't got time to be worried about you right now. You know what I'm saying? Or ever. Because my son's about to go to college. Soon he'll probably get married, have children. You're gonna be long gone. Like, we ain't even worried about you no more. But anyways, what I was trying to say was that he was living in Pennsylvania at the time when I was up north, and I had a social security and everything. They couldn't serve him. I feel like Pennsylvania has these certain rules that protect, like, say, if if you're a fugitive, there's a lot of fugitives that go up to Pennsylvania because it's hard to locate them.
It's a
You know what I
Commonwealth
mean?
state.
That's
That's
kind
why.
of how I feel because for the years that we were trying to track him down, when my son was a whole lot smaller, like they just couldn't locate them. I had all his information. I had social security number. I knew his credit report, everything. But it was just difficult to locate him. I was like, damn,
It's a Commonwealth state. That's why it's a little bit different out there, Commonwealth states. But you know how you gone to the streets? Could have hollered at me. I could have gone to the streets. Yo, but they go, we would have found it right away.
No, yeah, and I know, and I know, and
You
I
trying to
know
be
that.
modest. But let me ask you a question. Do you remember the story that I said, what I was saying earlier about the females holding? Has he tried to like prevent you from moving on? Like ever? Did he prevent you from trying to move
What's
on?
funny?
Like
He tried to, and it was so weird because he's never done that. Like he did that when we were together. He was extremely jealous. Like if I looked at another guy, like that's it, we're arguing for like 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? He's just, but recently, like I told him, I was like, oh yeah, I'm talking to this other guy. He texts my son talking about, oh, is he a good guy? Like what the fuck? Bro, ain't nobody worried
are
about
you
what
a good guy, you fuck face?
Nobody's fucking worried
What
about what
talking
you
about?
think. I don't give a fuck if you like him or not. That's not your fucking problem.
He's worried about the next man being a good guy, but he's not being a good guy himself. What type of shit is that?
I was like, yo, you funny as fuck. I was like, yo, you funny as fuck. I
Well,
was
let
like,
me. I don't want to even meet that guy ever in my life, man. I will tank him out. I'll
Yo,
tank him
man.
out. I'll tank him
it
out.
is what it is. And I moved on and I become so much happier, so much more successful. I have my own house now. Like I got everything I need. I got everything I need.
She got a pool in the backyard. I'm about to go dip over there, man.
Huh?
I'm going down to see you and Vinny soon.
Listen, man, I commend you, man, on how you left that toxic situation.
Absolutely.
And you built the foundation around your son where it's inevitable of his success. You see what I'm saying?
I told him too, and I'm real with my son too. That's another thing that some parents, I don't see too many parents doing that. Like I have a friend who like just coddles her child a little too much, and that's not beneficial for the child. You know what I mean? Like me, I try not trying necessarily saying like show him tough love or whatever, but I tell my son what's real. I'd be like, listen, Papi, you got to be home by yourself until tomorrow. Mommy's gonna go work. If you need something, you call me, but don't worry about it. Like I'll call my next door neighbor, or I just tell him the real. You know what I'm saying? I don't like, oh, everything's gonna be good. No, fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? If you want something, you go the fuck out and get it. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. No ifs, ands, or but about it.
Right, you ain't got to tell him that because he sees you do it every day.
And he said it to me too. You know, he's like, well, he even says it to me. He's like, Mom, I'm so proud of you. You know, you don't need nobody and you don't even need dad. And I'm like, well, you know, I just want
Yes.
you to understand that. I just want
Right.
him to understand that. Don't ever wait for anybody. You know what I'm saying? If you want something, you go get it. Don't depend on nobody to give it for you.
Right, right. And I want to say something. I mean, I actually know somebody who has a grudge against their mother though, because they found out later in their life that their mother was preventing his father from seeing him, and that kind of messed up the relationship with his mom's now.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
not cool.
once he found out, because he was a kid, he ain't know, what was going on. But he actually later on in his life, he found out that, my mom was trying to really prevent me from seeing my dad. And granted, I mean, whatever. Again, like I mean, like you guys just mentioned, like things happen. You guys don't work out, whatever the case is, but you still have a child in common, and that's something that you can't change. So I mean, it's your duty as a parent to work together, regardless of whatever what I'm saying. You moving on, or whatever the case is, that you guys fulfill your positions, because it is an equal position. You know what I'm saying? You're the parent, you're the father, you're the mother, and I mean, sometimes, and I mean, again, though, not to like, say this where like it's all, but some, women, and I'm just saying, just being nice, I feel superior because they the mother, right? They feel as if, I mean,
That's their child.
9
Like
months.
that be killing me, that part right there. Not to cut you off.
Wait, say
That's
that
my
part again.
child.
I didn't hear it.
No, I'm saying some women feel as if they're more superior.
Oh, okay.
Than the father, because of what they had to go through, to have the child. But at the end of the day, I'm saying, it's out of my control of, how science works, how the, how the universe works, as far as like, how a child is brought to this world. You know what I mean? But at the same time, we still have to have equal ownership as far as like doing our duties. We can't look at each other as being one more superior than the other.
Exactly. Yeah. No, you're right about that. And till this day, even though all these years that he's passed, and he'll just come and say hi to his son, and then it'll be like another 3-4 years before he hears from him again. You know what I'm saying? I still tell him, I say, well, you know where I live. If you ever, 10, 20, 30 years from now, you ever want to say hello to your son, you know where I'm at. Like, I'm never
Damn
gonna
that. You shouldn't have gave him that.
from seeing him. And I tell him that all the time before he, hangs up the phone on me. But I at least try to squeeze that in there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think you should have did that. Not if he was toxic to you. Damn that.
No,
Figure out how to see him.
Oh,
this
no,
is,
because
this
now...
is cell phone number. You can call him. Don't pop up in my crib. I will
Oh,
have
no,
to
he
stand
knows
my
not to
ground
pop up in
then.
my crib.
You know what I'm saying?
He knows not to pop up in my crib, but you know what I'm saying? Like I just make sure that at the end of the day, I don't talk shit about baby daddy to my son. You know what I'm saying? Even though we both know, him and I know what a piece of shit he is, but I don't say that. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, he's going to figure it out on his own. My child, he's going to figure it out on his own. And he's 17 now and he already sees it. He's just like, he's whatever. But,
the majority of women do that. The majority of women do that.
Yeah.
They bad talk. They bad talk. They bad talk the father.
Yeah. And that's
you
not
know what I'm saying. And
that's
it's like, listen, a child has eyes. A child will find out whether or not, first, if you lying, and second of all, if they father or mother really want to be a part of their life or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't already create this image in their brain without it needing to be there.
Yeah, because that's traumatizing to the child too. Like, whether the parent sees it or not, that's still traumatizing to the child. Like, oh, my mom's telling me that this other individual is a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that kind of puts it in the child's mind that, oh, it's okay for me to call someone else a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want my child to grow up like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Listen, if you see that this individual is a piece of shit and you don't want anything to do with them, then don't involve them in your life.
And they'll see for themselves, though. They'll see them for themselves once they get.
And they'll see it for themselves. Yeah. Yep. And I saw it with my own eyes. He saw it for himself.
But guys, like, since we're the source to knowledge, you wasn't aware that, Ty. You know what I'm saying? We're about to share some statistics. This is the educational side of the Roundtable podcast. We always try to show statistics because, you know what I'm saying, sometimes people don't believe things. Yeah.
Women lie, men lie, numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie. Even though sometimes numbers can be fabricated. Like y'all guys on Instagram got extra followers, but only got 500 views with 1 million followers. That doesn't make any sense. But enough of that.
I mean, once you know coding, you can fabricate anything. I learned coding, and I was like, yo, that's crazy how you could just falsify statistics like the coronavirus. Yeah, you could just falsify all these documents and numbers, and I'm just how easy it is to hack. And I'm like,
I want to learn how to code, man.
Word,
Yeah,
man.
it's not really hard. It's like a mathematical equation. So once you learn that equation, then you kind of know, all right, how to fix the graphs, how to edit your website, how to do certain things, you know what I mean? How to manipulate with things, but anything can be fabricated, especially once I
need you
learned
to study
coding.
that shit harder so you can change the I need you to study that shit harder so you can change
crazy.
the numbers. No, so you can so you can change the numbers in our bank account.
I haven't got there yet, but I'm figuring
you gotta figure that out, girl.
I think this ain't the appropriate place to be talking about that.
Oh, so you're right, man. We might get caught up. Anyway, but Ponzi schemes all day. But check this out. We're gonna bring this up right now, real quick. Let me know if you guys can see it. You got your little 40-year-old man glasses
Yeah,
there?
man. Yeah, man.
All right. Here we go. A child support facts and statistics. This is from supportpay.com, which is actually a website dedicated to actually gathering statistics specifically for child support and family court cases, right? So here we go. We've gathered some interesting facts about divorce and child support. We like to change them and help children get the financial support they deserve. So this website is actually there to support the movement of kids actually getting their bread and their parents actually, doing it up when it comes to child support. So let's start right here. I'm gonna start off with the first three. 990 billion is the total child support exchange. Total estimated child support exchange between parents globally
That is crazy.
is 990 billion.
That is crazy.
Oh,
globally. So on a global scale,
okay,
there's a child support exchange of $990 billion throughout the world.
Exactly, not just America.
Just not in America, globally, baby. From 298 million parents living apart, the number of parents globally who are living apart is 298 million parents sticking the middle finger at each other. They don't want to be with each other. You know what I mean? So
that's such a shame.
it's a shame, man. What happened to the old days?
Yeah,
Sticking it out. What happened to sticking it out, Tank? Why we don't stick it out?
Women got jobs now, bro.
I know. I want to stick it out. Why can't you be there?
Women ain't stay at home moms no more.
Yeah, man. They want.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a different mind state. It's a different mind state now.
And they want to watch Love and Hip Hop too a lot. That's another problem.
The idiot box.
80. Yo, I'm telling you, that shit is a fact. My last relationship got tarnished because of Love and Hip Hop. I'll kid you not. I got proof. I'll show you what day. But anyway,
no, I actually ended up in Love and Hip Hop. I accidentally ended up like just in the background. Someone said they saw me in the background because I was living in Jersey, and there's a couple of
Joe Barnes was the neighbor.
Yeah, him and more people. I didn't even know it was. I thought it was just him, but it's like a whole bunch of people living around my way, and I'm like, what are all these cameras doing? And I was like, oh shit, let me go back inside.
Girl, you were famous before you even knew you was famous. There you go. All that in a bag of potato chips. 80, save time. Average number of days each parent will get back in their life if they were able to come to a mutual agreement on child support. That's crazy.
Wow.
Your life expectancy depends on you having your kids around you.
That's the
insane.
stress, boy. Stress kills.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Stress kills, man.
Or not even having your kids around you, but just having a mutual understanding that everything is clear. Like there's no issues. Everybody's getting their money. There's nothing going on with custody. So that shit is a very wow.
That's just like 0.0001%.
That's insane, man. So for all y'all deadbeat dads out there and crazy baby mamas, you keep on playing around, you lose 80 days of your life. You heard?
Yeah, you know what I think they should do? I think they should come up with a new plan, right? And the plan should be if a person is going to pay for child support, that child support should be put in a trust fund till the child is 18 years old, and then you give them that bread. You as the parent, you wanted to file for child support, well, you're going to have to raise that child. This money's going directly to that child. When he turns 18, or he or she turns 18, they get that bread. We're going to see how many people going to start doing this child support shit.
But how about this?
Well,
that sounds like a great plan. That sounds like a great plan.
What you said,
But
John?
what if, wait, does that sound like a great plan? After the basic necessities are met, the rest of it should go towards that. But what if you have a rock star kid when he hits college, he wants to waste his money on cocaine and
That's
horrors?
on him,
What are you
though.
gonna do?
I don't have no problem with that
You're like,
because
I want
first of
cocaine
all,
and horrors,
listen,
daddy.
listen.
Fuck
First
you.
of all,
I never cared about you.
if you have a person, because this is the criteria that they need to have in school is economics. You know what I'm saying? They need to teach children how to make money and what to do with their money. You know what I'm saying? But that's a discussion for another day. But if that parent, knowing that the child is going to get money when they're 18, you would think they would say to themselves, "Yeah, let me start teaching this child how to make this happen." Because we don't have that in the household right now. Whether it's mother and father household or just single parent households, nobody's teaching their children how to make this bread or how to capitalize their bread.
Or what they could do is as well in that added feature, right? You know how when you write a will, you have certain like circumstances, like certain clauses within the will, or even like a hedge funds. Yeah, like if you don't do this, you can't get this much. If you do this, you can get this much. Like
Nah, I ain't with that. I just the only thing that I would do is I'll probably say 21. You know what I'm saying? You won't get it at 18 because you still running around not really, you know what I'm saying? 21, you really don't know neither, but you better than 18, you know what I'm saying? So I'll make it 21, and you know, it's on them.
You could do that in your will, because I have mine set up and you do whatever you want with it. Like I got say this much amount of money and I don't want my son to touch it until he's 21 or 25 or 30 or accomplish a certain thing. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just about educating the parent, because you know, like if there was a system that's regulated by the government and say you don't get your money until the child turns 18, I don't feel like that's fair, because then what happens to up to the 18 years of the housing that I pay?
Right, that's about to get to
the money that I need to fix my car so I could get to work. You know what I'm saying? It's still, you know, but I see what you're saying. Taino.
Okay, so once again, right?
First of all, I want to say Taino for president.
Man, they'll kill me in a week. But
assassinated with your bamboozle.
But I see what you're saying. That sounds like a good idea, but I think you could probably do something, you know, you could probably finagle with that just a little bit to tweak it to be beneficial for the single parent and also the child at the same time.
Yeah,
right. I can dig it.
Something has to be different because what's in place now is not working.
Yeah,
so you gotta do something.
At all.
Definitely, absolutely. I definitely agree with that. But I mean, Taino, you made a lot of sense though, as far as like, you know, having like a certain fund, because that definitely, you know, logically it makes a lot of sense. And I think, you know, creating an incentive for the child to actually know that they're going to have this money available, but to know what they have to actually accomplish could also change that, also shift that behavior. They're not going to really be that rock star. They know that if I go, you know, I got to have a certain GPA when I go to school, or else I'm not able to actually collect that, you know what I'm saying, that will.
Yeah, man.
And
Yo,
that
John,
incentives.
Check this out, John.
Incentives.
Look at this number right here. 990 billion. You know how many children that is, bro?
Yeah. No.
Now imagine those children knowing that they have an incentive when they turn 18 or 21. I'm saying? Like it might have been a little bit drastic what I said, you know what I'm saying? But I can also counter and say, look, you've been 17 years without somebody giving you money and look how you turned out. That's how I would combat that, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, everybody gets put in a situation and nobody know who they are till they get their back against the wall. So, you know what I'm saying? If I have to struggle for my child to be good, man, listen, I'll be walking around here barefoot. It don't even matter. You see what I'm saying? But out of that 990 billion, you talking about people going to get some, man, listen.
$990 billion, like that's like enough. Do you think that's enough money to like
come on, man,
change poverty in the
world? I was just about to say that there will be like, no people in these streets sleeping in the streets in the trains, bro.
Children in the streets, no hungry
Look
children. Like, damn, if that money was just split evenly, or like, say for instance, what I'm thinking is, see, when I had my child, I was a teenager, and I knew nothing about 401ks. I knew nothing about, you know, putting money aside for his college. Luckily, it was a few years. It was only like maybe 7 years ago. That was just around the time where I was like, you know what? I give up on seeking child support. Fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's giving me a headache. I hate going to courts. I hate all this shit. just fuck all that, right? So, but I wish I had like someone educated me. I ended up having to learn this on my own, or through YouTube or whatever. That put money aside, set up a 401k, and I did that at that time. And I just recently checked my 401k, like in case of these scholarships don't
give out that number, girl. Guys might start calling
I ain't
you
giving
now.
out no numbers, but it's a few digits. It's a few digits. Yeah,
Yeah. Holla.
But if I
Holla
had
for a dollar.
information way long time ago when my son was a baby, that number would have been maybe around that $990 billion. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, but now look, now look.
I'm going to Florida. I'm divorcing everybody.
So now look. This goes back to what I was saying earlier. Now, if you take that money, right, put that in the trust fund or whatever, that parent is going to teach the child now the the importance of knowing how to make this money either prosper more, or at least gives you an idea of what. Not an incentive, because if you don't know what to do with the money, what difference does it make?
That's true.
You understand what I'm saying? You got to have some type of knowledge of what to do with the money.
Yep.
So now it forces the parent to have to learn themselves, as La Dueña did, and also you passing it down to your child. So you see how it works both ways. Like it's this whole system needs to be redesigned. Bottom line.
That's why I say,
and they don't have nothing in place.
And that's why
there's no governor speaking about it.
Now.
There's no mayor talking about that. There's no freaking a president that comes into the election and be like, "Yo, you know what? We need to fix this situation." Like, if we have these numbers, you telling me somebody in Washington don't got this number?
They do.
You seriously telling me that? This is free information.
Mm-hmm.
So why is none of this being talked about? Like,
and that's why one more time, I'm gonna say it publicly one more time. Taino for president.
Telling you, I won't last a week, bro.
But it goes to show you how messed up the system is, though, because look at the inequality, regardless of, just everything in general. Look at the inequality as far as like the income gap between, the population, where you have three people, we're not just talking about percentage, 3 people who has more wealth than more than half of the population of this country.
Crazy.
Yeah. And this country's about
talking about that.
That's so sad. I would never, like, me personally, I don't, no matter how successful I become, or if I like own a multi-million-dollar company or something, I can never allow myself to become that rich, because I'm just going to be too busy giving it away. Like, oh, how old are you? All right. When are you going to turn 18? When are you going to college? All right. I'm putting money aside. Like, if I had like Elon Musk type of money, that's probably what I'd be doing.
Yeah, but they didn't come from our background. So they're not gonna have that frame of mind.
Yeah, they're spoiled. They're
the only thing, not even necessarily that spoiled. It's just, you gotta understand, man. Experience is a teacher. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like going back to John. Going back to John. Yeah, but going back to like John in this situation with his father, I'm pretty sure that played a part in him being the type of father that he is now.
Oh, absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying?
100%.
So it's like, you can't blame these individuals who are, the top 5 of the world, and they not giving back. They don't have no experience with that.
Word.
So
they live in a different world. You're right about that.
I don't never trip on somebody. First of all, I don't count people money. You know what I'm saying? Second of all, I don't trip on what they want to do with it. Whatever you decide to do is on you. Me, if I get money, I know what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? But everybody's not me.
Word.
Right. No, I definitely get it. I just want to say one thing. I don't know, you want to say something real quick, but I think it just becomes dangerous, though, when you have so much wealth like that for one individual, and knowing the disparity,
right,
from a general level,
that you can look at yourself in the mirror and be all right with that.
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit, man, when you do shit like that. Anyway, but let's move on, because this number is about to come on. It's gonna blow y'all guys' minds right now.
More than 990?
Insane. No, so the 990 billion is globally, but guess who has more than 25% of that?
Of course, United States.
300 billion of the 990 billion exchange comes from the United States alone every year, dude. That means that more than about 25%, right? You just say, right? A little bit more.
Bro, that's just like the disparity with
a third
men in prison in the United States as opposed to the rest of the world.
It's crazy,
you know what I'm saying? It's United States, man.
That's United States.
United States of Mierda.
The capitalist system, bro.
Instead of it being the United States of America, it's the United States of Mierda.
It's a fact,
A whole bunch of retards all together trying to figure it out. But anyway, 55 million in the United States of parents living apart. The number of parents in the United States who are living apart is $55 million. I mean, 55 million people.
There's 330 million people in the United States total.
Yeah, so that
55 million, that's a huge chunk.
Huge number.
That's
a 300 billion is a lot, man.
330 million people that are U.S. citizens.
Yeah, and check this number out. There's 6 million grandparents as the lead household in the United States. What type of shit is that?
Nah, that's been forever though.
The grandparents holding it down
Nah,
while you shaking your booty, in the club and you trapping in the corner. Your grandmother is taking care of your kid, man.
Yeah, that been going on. That been going on since slavery times, bro. That ain't
I know for a fact, and y'all individuals that watch the show and listen to us, y'all know exactly who y'all are. I'm not gonna mention y'all names, but y'all dudes, man, be outside trapping in the corner, and y'all have y'all mom taking care of y'all kids, man.
And you got your kid at home with your grandma or your grandfather.
And you got the shorties. I know a few shorties. You know who you are. I'm not gonna mention your names. You out there chilling with the next cat, popping bottles and shaking your ass in the club. And you got your mother taking care of your kid, and you coming home at 7 o'clock in the morning with some pancakes in your hands. Fuck out.
Yeah, you know what? You know what's crazy? What's crazy with that situation right there? Unfortunately, I never was raised with my grandparents. Like I only met 2 of them. Like I never met none of my grandfathers. So it's like, yo, if you notice, like even with movies in the 90s and things of that nature, once the grandmother died, the whole structure of the family was broken because like this says right here, the grandmother raised everyone.
That goes to show you the new generation ain't learning jack shit. They full of worms in their head, man. How the hell is it that, you know what I'm saying? I get it. If you're a single parent and you got to go out there and work to bring food to the table, then I get you leaving your kid with your mother because you have to go to work. You know what I mean? But if you ain't working and you just chilling in the crib and you just want to go out every weekend to the club, shake your ass, come through with a whole bunch of hickeys and a box of pancakes that dude who took you out bought you.
I want to say something,
bro. It's all about the likes, bro.
Yeah, it's about the likes. You're right about that. But yo, it's kind of crazy because it kind of resonated right now as you were saying. I saw a post and then someone commented on that. The most savage post ever I ever seen. And you know how people travel, like, you know what I'm saying? Like right now it was winter time here in New York. And they go to like, you know, like where Dwayne is at, you know, in Florida or to the Caribbean, whatever the case is. Mm-hmm. And they put like, you know what I'm saying? What's the weather like over there in New York? So someone put a post, ask the kids.
Savage.
That was hard.
That's savage.
John Tavar, I don't know if you got these statistics.
That is savage.
Yo,
wow.
The mother was flexing in Miami or something like that, and then the child post on the mother's Instagram.
Well, someone posted like, Miami. Kids that. What's the weather like here in New York?
That is crazy.
John Tavar, you can check it out for yourself. The numbers are staggering here. 990 billion globally. 300 billion of that belongs to the United States. And it's 500. There's 5.
It doesn't surprise me at all. This is
55 million parents.
Yeah. When you said the bigger number, I was like, I bet you like half of that is the United States.
And more of a quarter of the population in the United States is living apart parents. 55 million. And that's not even including people who see it because a lot of people are single in the United States too. They're not, you know, but parents living apart. That's insane. All right, so let's continue real quick because it's getting that close to that time. 17.4 fathers, 17.4% fathers who are custodial parents. The percentage of households in the United States where the father is the primary custodial parent. So you, John Tavar, you fall under that statistic. You're a great parent. You have custody. You already know what it is, man. Shout out to John Tavar. You know what I mean? 82. Bravo, bravissimo. Hey,
oh boy.
Donde Don Tavares. 82.6% mothers who are custodial parents. So 82.6% when it comes to custodial situations, custody, are mothers. So there you go, the staggering number. Women definitely get preference in the courts. I don't care what they say, but given the history, that's also why the court kind of goes towards their way. Domestic violence issue, baby daddy ain't paying their child support. So then you can see how the court kind of favors the female in that sense, right?
Yeah.
So you got domestic violence issues, spousal abuse, and other forms.
And alleged.
That's the one too. Yeah, I got a point too as well.
And alleged also not being monogamous too. Cheating on your wife, whatever, that plays a big part on it. So I mean, with men got issues too. So that's probably the reason why the courts favor the female more, because men actually do play a part in that statistic of not putting, not playing their
My
part.
thing is, you got to prove it, man.
Yeah,
You
no,
can't
yeah.
prove it. You can't take somebody from their word, man.
I mean, yeah, what you're saying, Nelly, like I understand what you're saying, but I feel like what your thoughts are probably only based how it is up north, because me being down here in the south, and
It's probably worse down there. The water's bad.
Well, I'm seeing the same. Well, dealing with the same issues that I had with my baby daddy down here in Florida and in New York, because we both, in the beginning of our relationship, we lived in, up north and down here. Down here is like, I'm not saying that it's better because I haven't gone through the whole process. I never collected child support, so I don't really know. What I know in the beginning was there had to be proof. Something had to happen first before I was allowed to
File for order protection.
Order protection. But
for sure.
had we're in the double digits of the situations that we've been through. So I had obviously more than enough proof. But you know what I'm saying? I remember in the beginning of it, the police officer was like looking at me like I was the piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, nothing happened. Did he ever do anything to you? And I'm like, well, yeah, but at the time I didn't feel comfortable reporting it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the only time it ever got reported was when someone else called, like the next door neighbor called or a passerby called. That's the only time that these things, the situations between him and I, were ever documented.
Yeah.
That shit had to be terrible. If somebody had to call in, that shit had to be terrible.
Yeah, it was
terrible. Yeah.
It was pretty fucked up.
When somebody has to call in, it's definitely terrible.
I learned that you need to have proof first before they could do that. And that's here in Florida. And then when I was up in New York, it was like a whole total different system. I was like, yeah, man, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, but I mean, this statistic is a federal statistic and a global one.
Mm-hmm.
I understand everybody's individual situation, but I mean, the number is staggering. There has to be a reason why. I mean, there has to be a reason why. Either most dads don't want to play a part in the kid's life, they're not paying their child support, they're deadbeats, or there's issues where the female gets preference because the dad is either a dickhead, he beats her, or he wasn't monogamous. You know what I mean? It has to be something. This is, you know what I mean? Like, these are federal statistics. It's not like a state, state by state thing. So it has to make sense. This, actual factual. 50% of children who will experience, 50% of children who experience divorce in the United States, the percent of the children in the United States this year who will experience divorce of their parents before they reach the age of 18. So kids under the age of 18 in the United States of America, 50% of them will experience a divorce in their lifetime, which is crazy.
That's crazy. 50%.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, that's
a big number.
That could be a whole different conversation of the reason why.
Yeah. So let's move on to the child support orders and agreements. I'm sorry, guys. We're just trying to speed up the time. 50.2% parents who have some type of legal or informal child support agreement in place. 87.9% percentage of child support agreements that are formal agreements established in the court through a title IVD agency. So 50% of parents who have a legal situation already set up with lawyers outside of court. 87.9% of people who actually go through the court process. The numbers are kind of like greater in the court process, but
that's interesting.
12.1% of 12.1% that are informal child support agreements established between two parents. So 12.1% of parents who actually made an agreement, didn't have to use lawyers, didn't have to go through the legal process. Fuck the courts, fuck your lawyers, fuck my lawyers. Let's just go out of word of mouth.
That's what's up,
Let's
though.
go out of word of mouth.
God bless them.
Yeah, it takes a grown, mature parents to do that. You know, to put their troubles aside and listen, let's just agree to disagree or something, and let's just do this for the sake of the child.
Yeah, man.
Kardashians do that with
That's great.
I forgot who it was. I think
God bless them.
And I think it was Kylie with Travis Scott, or it was one of them that they didn't go, that, you know, they're separate, didn't go through the courts, don't want the courts to be involved, you know what I mean? Because obviously there's a lot of money involved. Like, so, you know, I could see why, but, you know, kudos to them that they didn't have to deal with the court.
Hey, yo, excuse me for a second. I got to put this on. This is the type of thing I'm talking about, me for president. Yo, this is what my brother said, right? If Taino was president, only strippers would get stimulus checks.
I know.
Hashtag vote.
Fact.
Hashtag vote for Nelly Nell. Hashtag vote for Nelly Nell. Yo, it's the worst. It's the type of support I get.
He knows. He knows the time it is. He knows that I know.
Jerk, certified jerk.
I know, and then you know what he's talking about. Don't front. Look on the front.
Oh man.
Look, it says right here, May Heezy. If Taino was president, only strippers would get stimulus checks. Vote for Nelly Nell. Nelly Nell for president.
He's a jerk, yo.
Shout out to May Heezy, man.
Word,
man.
You
know what time it is, man. All right, let's continue to these numbers, man, because we're getting into the 2-hour mark. 21.7% of all custodial parents that request a government assistance in collecting child support. This includes wage garnishments or other legal means to collect child support. So basically, 21% of parents that couldn't get the baby daddy or vice versa actually go through government assistance to get the rest of it. You know what I mean? Somehow, some way. Okay, so 52.7% of custodial single mothers who were awarded child support in 2016. So 52.7% of women got voted to get child support. Were awarded with, you said it was given to them, so they were awarded with it. So they've been getting that money. You know what I'm saying? So stop complaining, man. Shit. Half of y'all been getting that paper, spending it in the clubs. You heard? Now, 39.6%.
Well, I'm not in that equation.
No, you're not. You're not doing. You're the boss. Come on, man. You know that already. 39.6% of custodial single fathers were awarded child support in 2016. Oh shit! So the men are getting bread too. Almost 40%.
Yeah, so, John would be getting it if he wasn't a stand-up dude.
There you go. Look, I mean, and John is not getting shit. He just got cut. He just got custody. He don't got.
He's a real man, bro.
John Tavares only got custody. He don't ask his baby mom for no bread, right? John Tavares, you got your own bread. Fuck out of here.
It's not an ego. Like I said earlier, it's not an ego thing. It's just that I just take care, my own. You know what I mean?
And that's it. You keep it moving.
Yeah.
That's it.
Listen, that's not even the whole point of the situation, man. You know what I'm saying? Money is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because, like when y'all said, she got bills to pay and things of that nature. But
no, absolutely.
It definitely would have been a little bit easier, but it's all about the individual themselves. And I know not too many people can be in my place, where they could be at least have a little bit of a sounder mind, and instead of just reacting to everything, just be like, you know what, fuck all this, and I'm just gonna make my own money, and I'm just gonna do it my way, and that's it. You know what I mean? It's just so sad how not too many people can come up with that type of conclusion for themselves. You know what I mean? Instead of just going on with this back and forth bickering. I mean, I admit it took me a couple of years to finally, figure this shit out. I'm like, all right, this shit isn't working. This is only pissing me off even more. This is probably stressing my child out even more. I'm just gonna be like, you know what? It is what it is, and I know God will give me what I need and put me in the right place where I need to be. And, I remember one time I even went many years ago, I applied for a job, and it was the interview was the day of where my son was supposed to start school. Right. And for something happened with the registration, I didn't get all his documents in on time or something like that. So he couldn't go to school that day. And I still had to go by LaGuardia Airport or something like that to do this interview. I had to bring him with me. I brought him with me. I went to the interview. And I was so embarrassed because I never did this before. This is my first time ever, going to a job interview with my child. Like I had to, like the school wouldn't accept him. They accepted him the next day. But anyways, and I was just like so nervous. And I was just like, I got there, the human resources manager was so impressed by how my child's behavior was, because he was just sitting there playing with his little Game Boy when he was smaller, being very quiet and polite. And they were like, oh my God, just by seeing your son's behavior, I could see that you're a good individual, Christine. And they hired me and they gave me the job.
Wow.
Like, just based on that. And I didn't even have too much hotel experience at that time.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like John said. It's like John said earlier.
That's right.
Like John said earlier, you can see somebody and already could tell by their energy. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be around an individual that long to see what type of shit is going on. Like miserable people do miserable things. You know what I'm saying? So a miserable person is going to be spiteful and not want to let that child see the parent and things of that nature and go to all the types of lengths, make people go through all 1,000 loopholes and things of that nature to get with that child, and that's whack.
And that's crazy because you're only destroying yourself as an individual by, constantly imagine me chasing this guy for 17 years. I would have been fucking lost my mind by now. You know what I'm saying?
I've been chasing
thank
this
God.
girl for 17 years.
Huh?
Crazy? I've been chasing a girl for 17 years. Is that crazy? Love of my life. I can't find her. Can't find her. But anyway, guys, man. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. You want to say one more thing?
The individual, if there could be just a little bit less of the reaction part of it, where, and the egos and all of that, like, the statistics could change.
It could change, man. So people get it right, man. Let's get it right.
Something definitely needs to be done because them numbers is astronomical.
Yeah,
man. And look, we thought that it was just like, we knew it was bad, but damn, I didn't know it was that bad. That's horrible. You guys are doing horrible, humanity. Humanity, you're doing bad.
It's terrible.
As usual. You start to look at these numbers, you're like, how the hell does the human race even consider themselves like a species? But you fucking morons. You guys are all morons.
Anyway, it's so primitive though.
I bet you if you saw these numbers, these statistics in the news every single day, instead of talking about the vaccinations every single day, all day, every day in the news, these vaccinations, those statistics would change.
Yeah, it's just like
Listen, says, if those statistics could change, you know how much help they could do for people that don't have nowhere to live, people that really actually need medication because they're out here homeless and need some type of help with things like that. Like, it's
everything could change. It's
possible. It's endless. It's endless shit that you could do with 300 billion, bro.
Ooh. Yeah, I agree with John Tavar, man. We're still very primitive. We still living like in barbarian times, even though we're not. We look more civilized on the outside, but on the inside, we're still barbaric. We're doing stupid shit.
We are, yeah.
As a human race, bro. We are.
100%.
Honestly.
Look at the income gap, you know what I'm saying, and how people live.
Yeah.
Like that's just telling you.
People just, it's crazy, man. It's just the same, man. It's like, it's just like, a get going world. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is, unfortunately. But
listen, what the world that we live in is, as long as it ain't happening to me.
Yeah, it's not my problem if it's not happening to me, right? Until it happens to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then nobody's there for me. The world needs my too. But
then they want to play victim.
Yeah, where were you when the world needed you?
It's a fact.
Honestly. So you already know Dinner at the Round Table podcast, man. Taino, author of Vengeful, in the house, man. It's a great conversation. Child support is a very big issue in our society today, man. Y'all need to step it up. Whoever y'all is, man, having issues with your baby daddies or your baby daddies not paying up, pay up, man. Pay up.
Give me the money.
Stop twerking in the clubs, man. Straight up. But we're going to end it off with a final thought, man. We got Taino Domingo, our guest. He's going to start it off with the final thought. What's your final thought, man?
Oh, man. Final thought.
We're not voting for you for president anymore. Nelly Nell's going for president, you heard?
Nah, you can have it, baby. You can have it. I'd rather be somebody making changes in the background that nobody knows about.
You'll be my campaign manager. You'll be my campaign manager.
Yeah, I might be able to pull that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a string puller. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no problem being a puppet master. You heard?
Exactly, and that's what you said. You want to be the guy.
Only thing, I'm not putting my hand in your butt though. We're not doing that.
Nah, man. I'll get a doctor to do my prostate exam. I don't need you doing that for me.
Oh my god,
Yeah, word, bro. But you already know I support you in anything you do, man. All of y'all, for real.
But you said you want to be in the background, and that's exactly what that's what people don't understand. Presidents are ran by their campaign managers and advisors. They're not really doing anything. They're just the face. The managers, the campaign managers, and the campaign advisors, the administration, their administration, whoever's in their team, is the one making the decisions. It's not the president.
Yeah, so Nelly, you can be president because you cute and all.
Yeah, I think.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo, what's going on here? Oh man.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, but that's a fact, because just like in the Bible, in the Old Testament, a lot of people don't know Moses had a speech impediment.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? So his brother was actually the one who was getting all the information from God and then passing it to him.
So that's why he came down from Mount Everest and slammed the fucking tablet. You
My man
motherfuckers!
said Mount Everest.
He's fucking pissed off and shit.
On
You're
that note,
breaking the law
I
of
think
the Lord.
we definitely have to get offline now. My man said Mount Everest. That was the closing. That was
Zion.
That was the closing of the show. You heard? That's the final thought. Mount Everest.
Mount Zion. Sorry, it was Zion. Sorry.
And cut.
Yo.
Anyway, he came down with the tablets. He's like,
Yo.
"Yeah, motherfuckers don't want to listen to me because I can't talk." He broke the tablets.
Yo, I love my boy, B.
Popcorn started flying out of the air. He fed everybody, and it was over.
Nah, but honestly, my brothers and sisters, Ladueña, it was a pleasure meeting you.
It was nice meeting you. I'm kind of sad. I thought I was gonna use my boxing gloves today.
Nah, I'm listen. I'm non-violent, man. People look at me and they be like, "Oh, watch this guy come in." Nah, I don't do none of that.
Nelson instigating. Like, Ladueña, we need you here today. We got child support.
Yeah, man. You definitely from your perspective, it was dope. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate everything that you went through, but like I said, I commend you and God bless you for everything that you've accomplished outside of that. You know what I'm saying? You have an amazing son. I know in the future he's going to be a problem, and he's going to give you all the flowers that you need once he reaches where God wants him to be. You know what I'm saying? John, you already know, bro. Every time we get up, it's a movie, man.
Love.
You know what I mean? I salute you as the man that you are, the teacher, the father. What more can I say, man? It's you're a perfect role model. If I had a child that was going to your school, I would want him in your class. You know what I'm saying?
That's true, John.
Straight up.
I didn't even know about that about you, but thank you so much for bringing that to light, and for the viewers to see. And I definitely kudos to you all the way.
I appreciate that once more.
There needs to be more men like you.
That's a fact.
Man, that last little bit there with the whole John Tavares shit, I was like,
gay. Yo, my boy, B. And last but not least, yo, Nell, you already know, B. Whenever you hit my line, I'm on deck, boy.
Yeah, but
man, I appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart, man. Then at the round table, it's always epic when we get together, man. And to many more. But yo, listen, man. This is the last time you're gonna be playing all these tracks, and I don't hear no Mayhem track, B. You know
I played 2 of his tracks.
Nah, bro. You play like 5,000 other tracks. Nice. My boy need to be on more shows, not just when I'm up on this joint. You heard?
No, I be playing this joint.
Listen, I don't know, man. I'm just letting you know.
He do be playing a whole lot of local.
See, this is when you turn from Taino to Tank, bro.
Listen. That, at the end of the day, you know when
he turned from Taino to Tank.
Whoa,
when you're a bully.
You already know his work regime in the building all day. So if my brother track needs to be played, they need to be played, man. We're not doing no bubblegum rap around here, man.
Nah, man. Heezy know he holds a special. Heezy know, man. He knows he holds a special place in my heart. That's my guy right there, man. He knows that, man. Shout out to Tommy Pistola too. Tommy Pistola El Loquitos.
Oh man, that's Cuzzo.
That's Cuzzo.
Right, you already know. Cuzzo got the flow too.
I'm gonna bring him on the show soon. That guy, y'all gonna have
he's a character. He's a character.
But yeah, man, yo, Taino, man, you my guy, man. You got, our relationship is on a whole different level. But Ladueña, go ahead, man. Your final thought.
My final thought is Pay your fucking bills, y'all.
Straight to the point.
Bottom line, listen, I need 17 years worth.
I need 17 years. Dame.
That's right.
No, I'm joking.
God damn.
Nah, my final thought is just, you know what I'm saying? Just try to be the mature adult. Like, it's simple as that. I think it's just as simple as that. If one of the adults could just try to be mature instead of being spiteful, instead of, tit for tat and all that bullshit, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You're hurting yourself, you're hurting your child, you're hurting your friends and family around you. Like, just get your shit together and do your best to settle this out of court if possible.
Yeah, man. Damn, man. That was fire right there. Yo. You had every man in the world right now when you said pay up. The Tarzan came out of there, man. Crazy, bro. Anyway, John Tavares.
I wanted to
catch your breath.
Before I get to my final thought, I mean, I did mention about the post that what a woman did, and then what I'm saying, someone commented about ask your child about the that was kind of funny though. That's why I said it. But it's also too, not to be biased though, when men who are fathers take those father day pictures with their son and try to pretend they're actual fathers. I could call so many out.
Terrible, bro.
Yo, those dudes are amazing,
Your son is 6 years, and you know what I'm saying? You fronting in the picture like
that one day.
Listen, do it for the likes, man. That's all it is, man. Do it for the likes.
That's crazy. You be a father for the likes. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some time we living in?
Absolutely. And also before I forget, I want to give a special shout out to the stepfathers and the stepmothers who fulfills that position, because the biological mother or father wasn't able to do it though. So big shout out to the step pops too.
Yeah, shout out to them, man. Shout out to them.
Big role. And I mean, shout out to my boy Ty. I mean, who I know personally, who's doing that. You know what I'm saying? That he's actually a step pops. You know what I'm saying? He don't have actually kids, but he's actually taking care of someone else's kids. So shout out to
I know a couple too.
Top.
God bless them.
So I mean, I would just end with my final thought. No law should ever tell you that you should be a father or a mother. Period. That's it.
That needs to be a hashtag.
That needs to be in a plaque.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for real.
Shout out to John Tavares, man.
Leave it to John Tavares.
John Tavares, man.
With some ill ass shit.
That was gangster.
Yo, dude, you got the most claps today, bro. Damn. Shit.
Nah, that was tough. That was
tough, man. That was tough, man. Definitely, man. I mean, my final thought is, man, to just pay the fuck up. Pay up, man. Stop playing, you heard? Pay up and stop shaking your ass in the club. Dinner at the Roundtable Podcast. Catch us every Monday, man, 7:30 p.m. We started at 8 p.m. today under special circumstances, but 7:30 p.m. Catch us on Sundays, man, with the Dueña the other day, Nelly Now, you know what I'm saying? Cena La Mesa Redonda, our Latino podcast, Tuesdays at 9 p.m. You already know the vibes, man. We on some Bad Bunny tip on Tuesdays, man. You already know, man. We'll be out this piece. We got man Heezy, you know what I'm saying? We're going to end it off with him. You already know, man. Thanks for coming on, guys. Peace.
Sir.
Blowing money like the wind. Yeah, shorty blow with a friend. When I was down, ain't nobody been around. Hard to find me in the crowd when I win. Then they around when I spin. But will they be around when it spin? If it go down in the end, ask yourself, is they gon' throw the towel in again? You talk a good one when it's no show. Then when it's showtime, you a no-show. I had a slow grind, it was so-so. But slow dough better than no dough. Cause no dough make you set up your own bro. And bro code know there's bros over hoes, so on the low though, bros the new hoes though. If you don't know, then you just digging your own hole. Can't stun the grow with people that stun your growth. That's why I be solo in most of my photos. Do my dirt dolo, cause I don't trust a soul, no. They in love with the cocoa, then turn to the popo. That's iced tea for the slow folks. See, they turn to the law in order to go home. Yeah, that's iced tea for the slow folks. See, they turn to the law in order to go home. I go hard, my pieces hitting like Kodo, and I'm throwing low blows. No homo. Might have came through dripping like So Glow in the photo with more horses than Polo. I ain't a player, I'm the coach though. If I say I got 4 locos, it's 4 niggas with fofos. You niggas Austin Powers with no hoes. Yeah, baby, got these rappers losing their mojo. You had the camera on, you still ain't GoPro. Man, you kids should Momo challenge your whole flow. Streets taught me more than Bo knows. It's me, myself, and I rely on 3 niggas in total. They be lying, say they never sell they soul, whoa. Next week to the highest bidder, they sold. And some be lending it out. Like they ain't sell they soul, they just renting it out. Tired of giving the benefit of the doubt, especially when you ain't giving only benefit, then you bounce. Make a choice, either you in or you out. It's like nobody real no more, shit, we been in a drought. Yeah, they say it's all love, but it's all hate. We in the matrix, shit is all fake. I made sure if I eat, we all ate. They still complain like I only gave them a small plate. Yeah, your small friends turn to tall snakes. Got a Tony the Tiger through it like it's all great. Teacher said I was a lost case. Well, I just won my appeal. Damn, why the long face? Trying to make sure my pops and my mom straight. My kids get the reach for the sky beyond space. And your bitch in good hands like Allstate. She going home, she just wanna know how a boss tastes. But when you kiss her, you might just know how my balls taste. I was dropping meat in the mouth like Salt Bae. This ain't intent to sell, this assault, babe. With no intent to fail, this is God's fate. Used to watch Tom and Jerry and sit back laughing. Evolution be funny cause now these cats ratting. Man, I'm so far ahead and I ain't backtracking. I'm running laps past them, I ain't looking back at them. Grind never stop, and I ain't at the top. Bet I'm on my way up, yeah. We ain't had a lot, a scale in the pot. That's how I got my weight up, yeah. Kids in the house, they hate it when I'm out. I'm getting to this paper, yeah. My girl on the phone, she pray. I make it home, I tell her don't wait up, yeah. I pop bottles with a bunch of savages and heaving shit I ate with the robbers. While I was trapping, they was scheming, lost some close ones to me. Since they passed, I'm still grieving, couple homies is dead. And in the casket, they still breathing, don't let that go over your head. Like a son's had in Phoenix, seen the toughest guys get the yapping in the precinct. When Tank copped out, I wrote the judge asking him for lenience. Before I had a whip, I took mass transit just to see him. When Henny did his bid, I sent that cash app when he needed. Hate it when I'm out, I'm getting to this paper, yeah. My girl on the phone, she pray I make it home. I tell her don't wait up, yeah. I pop bottles with a bunch of savages and heaving shit I ate with the robbers. While I was trapping, they was scheming, lost some close ones to me. Since they passed, I'm still grieving, couple homies is dead. And in the casket, they still breathing, don't let that go over your head. Like a son's had in Phoenix, seen the toughest guys get the yapping in the precinct. When Tank copped out, I wrote the judge asking him for lenience. Before I had a whip, I took mass transit just to see him. When Henny did his bid, I sent that cash app when he needed. You yell free the guys, I send a package till they freedom. I speak truth, I ain't these rappers y'all believin'. They be trying battle rap, should I be battling my demons? Had a gambling problem, and more gambling would treat it. Wasn't betting no chips, and I was gambling my freedom. Know my angels is watching, in Thug's mansion getting weeded. I just pray to God, I get the mansion before I greet them. My kids hate when I go, just know that daddy had a reason. Only time they see they dad is on the weekends. Break they heart when I bounce, I hear it shatter when I leave them. But that rent due, and I had to take them chances just to feed them. Never heard my uncle curse, that old man was the sweetest. Then he cursed my auntie out, that brain cancer had him tweaking. You could get your money back, only thing that guaranteed is one day you and the Grim Reaper gon' have to have a meeting. When you doing you, they gon' say you arrogant, conceited. Pocket watching when they see you cashing out in Neiman's. They hate that new whip, pray you crash it while you speeding. So I'm tinted out when I'm flying past them on the Deegan. Hope my ops keep living, I ain't mad, they ain't bleeding. Did me dirty, so they see me get this bag, now we even. You gotta go hard, Ain't no handouts to succeeding. Work for them blessings. Can't put your hands out to receive them. That Mamba mentality, believe it. We grind 24/8. If you work harder than that talent, you could beat it. That Mamba mentality, believe it. We grind 24/8. If you work harder than that talent, you could beat it.
You've been listening to Dinner at the Round Table podcast. Follow them at Dinner at the Round Table.
You got about 60 seconds to take yourself home. Get in your car, lock your doors. Yeah. It's about to get dark outside. Yeah. It's game time. Hit up Sicario the balls, yeah. Kill out KKK, yeah. Right about now, you know what time it is. Adjust your motherfucking flag. Adjust the beads. And my real niggas adjust the cage. Don't jump out. What up? Let's ride out.
Entregado en la calle, subo a los guas. Esto yo lo hago, loco, por mi patria. Estamos pa' lo que sea, so vamos allá. Esto yo lo hago, loco, por mi patria. Patria, patria, patria. Patria, patria, patria. Patria, patria, patria. Patria, patria.
Look, Sicario the boss in a Cadillac cruising. Stopping through blocks, activating shooters, activating cutters. They was waiting, now they moving. Gang banging for the colors till we activated music. Like little brothers start thinking about your future. I'm a feature now, you gon' get bigger later. And now he be all in, so stay away from haters. They about to get their head blown off, decapitated. Patria, we made it famous. Money over bitches, little nigga, get paper. No papers, fuck the states up. I'm still an animal, no I never changed up. I take you back to that 168 block when I pulled out a machete on a lake truck. I loved her, I ain't know what else to say to her. She said I love you back and laugh, we crazy, huh?
Entregado en la calle, subo a los guas. Esto yo lo hago, loco, por mi patria. Estamos pa' lo que sea, so vamos allá. Esto yo lo hago, loco, por mi patria. Patria, patria, patria. Patria, patria, patria. Patria, patria, patria. Patria, patria.
En Nueva York no había esto, pero se necesitaba talento de isla bacana, es mala dominicana. Así es como cuando King Kong llegó, todo el mundo pa' allá miró. So motherfucker, how you like me now? No, chacata, no. What the fuck? Podan con el jefe, si no chip pow. Mafia style, te voy a poner el mico, lo pecado. Si esto fuera en Nintendo, yo soy Luigi, él es Mario. Pero como esto es rap, yo soy Chaka, el Sacario. What the cara, so te doy pa' que te compre un parquecito. Los gigantes en Nueva York y no jugamos para el equipo. Sí, el encima bacano, so pa' qué lo comparamos. Al satélite de espacio que está arriba, nunca abajo. Los cañones los sacamos y lo vemos haciendo sprint. Descubrí que son la misma vaina que dan en el cine. Soy la droga que cocinan en la paila y siempre vuelve. Lo hago por mi patria, no odio, deseame suelta.
Entregado en la calle, subo a los guas. Esto yo lo hago, loco, por mi patria. Estamos pa' lo que sea, so vamos allá. Esto yo lo hago, loco, por mi patria. Patria, patria, patria. Patria, patria, patria. Patria, patria, patria. Patria, patria.
I'm bringing both. Sicario the boss, hit them all and more bitches. I get more money. I fuck more bitches. I employ more killers that get hired on the spot. And I'm pretty unemployed, I got a tan in the winter. I eat Samantha for dinner, now she answer all my enemies. Take them out on a date and bring them right to me. My nigga, I'm a big Willie. We don't punch niggas, we just smack their ass silly. You feel me? I'm Leonidas on the block, never bow, just kick your ass down in a hole. This is uptown. Y adios, and Santeria can't help you now. I'm God's child, Guadalo, I eat you like my style. Either on my side or the outside, but my style is simply move quiet, big smile. This way you never know the truth, and you never see it coming. So ain't no time to move, fuck with me.
Entregado en la calle, subo a los guas. Esto yo lo hago, loco, por mi patria. Estamos pa' lo que sea, so vamos allá. Esto yo lo hago, loco, por mi patria. Patria, patria, patria. Patria, patria, patria. Patria, patria, patria. Patria, patria.
Yeah, nigga. I thought I told you. Told me we gone, no. I just been telling y'all niggas for 10 years, that all. Scurry on the board. Kilo, K. My nigga J. Rosa, what up? Hey, you famous now, nigga.
I like you, bro. There is no lying in you. Unfortunately, I do not feel the same about the rest of your organization.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Sosa?
I'm talking about Omar Suarez. This garbage was recognized by my associate at lunch from several years ago in New York. He was an informer for the police. He put Tito Duval and the Ramos brothers, Nello and Gino, away for life.